What's up, everybody? It's Thursday, March 12th, and you are on Constant MTG's live stream. I'm your host, Jared, and with me tonight is Maynard James Keenan's former wig maker, Ian. How you doing, buddy? How was it traveling around with Tool for that long? That's crazy, man.
It was great. High stress, high reward. Let's just say that. Um, and we made some great wigs for Maynard. Great wigs.
I love it. I love it. I heard you went by Judith when you were working with Maynard. Is that true?
So I cannot confirm nor deny that that song may be somewhat influenced by me. Um, who's to say? Who's to say? I made great wigs. I made great wigs.
I love it. I love it, man. Well,
Mhm.
as always, it's just like a real treat to have you, as well as our producer, our show producer, Zach, is in the room hanging out with that Silence of the Lambs poster just out of reach in the back there. Zach promised me that, I get bored sometimes and I look at Zach's room, and I'll do this with Ian's room too. And he promised me that hexing squelcher I've been looking for is hiding in frame somewhere. So I'll probably be looking for that throughout the night. How you doing, Zach?
I'm good. Glad to be here. Yeah, super excited. We, of course, as people may notice, only two of us are live faces.
Mhm.
It's just me and Jared. Ian isn't here on camera. This is a really realistic model. We had to tone down on Jared's model.
Yeah, I got into a fight with a wild mongrel and took some layers off of my face, and so I had to have like a few concurrent chemical peels to fix myself right up. So I'm not on camera tonight is I guess the point, but I'm
Mhm,
here.
mhm.
I'm here in the most important way, which is, the gift of gab, that's still
Yeah,
around.
that you have the gift of gab.
The gift of gab. They need to
Yep.
print that card, by the way. I would die for
Gift
a
of
gift.
gab.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's not,
That'd
that's
be
got a that's got a good ring
that'd
to
be
it.
a good unset card, with some of those fun, using certain words or having like language mechanics built in.
Either that or it could be like a subtle reference to like bards and Dungeons and Dragons if we go back there. Like it wouldn't even need to be
Mhm.
the title of the card. It could be the little like flavor ability, like gift of
Yeah.
gab. We
Yeah.
don't
Hmm.
have a good bard Dungeons and Dragons like snarky bard, in my opinion. We need one. There's room. There's
We
room.
we don't. There's room. There's room to grow in the Bard world. Um Want to do some shout outs in chat. Already got folks chatting in. We got our old friend Azixa. He's dabbing over there in chat. Hey, Azixa. We got Clark. Clark is there. I got to see Clark today.
Arkibo.
Got to pop into the good old card traders of Austin, and buy a new commander that I'm brewing up, which I'm super excited about. I will not spoil who that is yet. Um,
Zach and
so
I are
good
just
to
proud of you picking a Rakdos commander, man. Like it
no,
warms our
absolutely
heart.
He and he's and
no.
he's finally going goblins. It's awesome.
I can't
Oh,
believe it. Oh,
you guys are
it's
you
gonna be
guys are
good.
too
He bought
funny,
that.
too
He bought
funny.
that showcase hexing squelcher. That's what he bought.
Yeah, yeah,
I mean, my
good.
feelings. You better pull it. Don't buy it. But whatever. It's fine. Hey, real quick, let's go over the agenda for this evening. We'll talk about
Yes.
last time on stream in just a second. We had a big premiere of our tabletop Commander game night show, Constant Misplays. That happened last night, and it
Yep.
was actually a really good time to be able to watch it with everyone and participate in chat in a big way. And kind of watching the replay, I learned a lot. And Ian, I suppose we'll save that for the chat when we talk about it in depth, but I learned a lot. We've got some really
Oh,
good website updates for you to share tonight. And then we've got an incredible deck tech. We are doing another one of producer Zach's deck techs. It's
Mhm.
Ratonhnhaké 2. And so that's going to be amazing. I'm really excited for it. I can't wait. Can't wait.
Very
So, with
excited.
that being
I
said,
can't wait to learn what you learned.
I learned so much. I learned how to count.
You did.
Oh,
to
good.
3 specifically, and then I learned how to do simple math to divvy out those 3 things. That was a big one. That was a big one for
Good.
me.
Yeah,
Just
you
trying
got some. You improved your reading skills. It was good. It was a good night all around. It was a
it
good
was a
night.
good It was a good
Yeah.
night, and we've got more of those to come. We're going to try to record
Hmm.
a few of these at our monthly in-person gaming hangout, and then every other week we plan to release them. So that's really exciting. That means that you will have content on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday from us,
Hmm. Hmm.
which feels like a
Constant,
major
if you will.
constant MTG. I mean, the namesake is there for a reason. We're not going to
Hmm.
shut up. We're never going to stop. We're just
Yep.
going to keep eating our Wheaties and ingesting as much fiber as we can so we can keep going, 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 if you know what I'm saying.
Yep.
Uh,
Yep.
so let's real quick. We've had a lot going on. We had a great stream last week. Please go check it out if you haven't seen it yet. But I do want to just get into the game. Constant misplays. First episode. Yeah. Let's thoughts.
I mean, it was a good game. We ended up playing three. I mean, three of us ended up playing the decks that we've deck teched. So,
Yeah.
um, Zach played Rakdos, I played Necrobloom, Jared played Brennard, and then we had Ash from Girls Who Gather, also lived in library. You can follow her there on those socials. That played Tasha, the Witch Queen, which I'm always a sucker for Planeswalker commanders. I'm a pretty big fan
Hmm.
of them personally. So it was cool to see her play that, and that deck went hard.
Yeah, dude.
I've only played it I think once, maybe two times, but I think that time it really went off. And she targeted a bunch of our spells, and she cast Reshape the Earth from me for free. It was good, but in the end,
The
Rakdos pulls
Rakdos.
through.
Rakdos
Rakdos pulls
Rakdos
through.
reigns supreme. Yeah.
I
Uh,
will say we tried to as far as talk and telegraphing, a few of us at the table tried to be nice, tried not to say, "Hey, everybody go for Ian. He's trying to assemble the gates." But then, when it was clear that Zach should have taken a big old attack from a jumbo cactuar, we were too respectful. I think, Ian, we were way too respectful.
Uh, yeah. I mean, it at that point in the game too, it was kind of tough because honestly, when I was threat assessing at that point, I was looking at Ash as the biggest threat at that point in the game because
Mhm.
she had Jumbo. I mean, she had a bunch of stuff that she had stolen from us with Thief of Sanity, which none of it we knew what that was. I mean, she had Reshaped the Earth she just played. I mean, she basically was like I would say close to running away with the game. Zach played it really tight to the chest, I think. And I don't know, Zach, if you want to walk us through your headspace when you were playing, but you really did
Yeah.
not come across as a threat until, all of a sudden you won with your Forsaken Miner infinite combo.
So, I mean, I'll say it's not that I um, even had the ability to be the threat until that moment where Mutinous Massacre got cast. I had none of the pieces in my hand. I
Hmm,
I drew into the Phyrexian altar from the One Ring, and then we exiled into the Demonic Tutor to get the last piece there. So as soon as that happened, like it was clear to me. So like I don't even think that necessarily you could. I mean, you probably could theorize or quantify me as being the threat at that point based off of what I exiled: Dark Rit, Cabal Ritual, One Ring, and Deadpool. Those four cards alone, big dangers.
terrible. Terrible. I mean, you cloned Rakdos, which I think I was the only one that immediately was like, "Oh, I know why he did that."
Mhm.
Because
Yeah,
now he
I
has
was
two
I
clueless.
Rakdos.
I
I
was
Yeah,
like,
now
it's
loved
he has
always
now
good
he
to
has
like
have
two
two.
Rakdos
Jared.
triggers.
I loved seeing Jared's like surprise from because this was before we did the Deadpool deck tech. And that was honestly the first time that I've used Deadpool in that way. I
That
didn't
was
even
very cool.
realize that like that's the optimal way to do it. I've always just copied other people's stuff with Deadpool as like removal, and then
Yeah.
I did have that burnt offering in hand. So like just quick math in hand, I get two
Yeah.
Rakdos on my next turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
It
incredible.
was wild. It was wild. I don't
Fun
even
little
think you had to make
interaction.
it to the next turn. You ended up winning that turn anyways. But
It was that turn.
I will
I
say
mean,
I was
this.
able to make it through that one because of the protection from the one ring. Otherwise, I would have.
yeah,
That would have been
that's
it
right.
for sure.
That's right. Yeah.
I will say I think that game was the perfect example of why the One Ring is a game changer.
Mm-hmm.
Truly, because the
Hmm.
turn that you were able to stave off, like that game was one of these games that could have gone any way. Within one turn cycle, anybody had it.
Hmm.
I was about to swing out with multiple copies of Jumbo Cactuar, which nobody knew. I was going to
Hmm.
sack it, populate it, swing out with Trample, uh, and so it just felt like it was anybody's game, and then it wasn't, and then Zach took it.
Well, now we
So
know
Yeah.
also
I
you
love
had the
that.
biorhythm in hand.
Oh, I did. Yeah, I also
Yeah.
had a
You
biorhythm in
did.
hand. Yep.
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 Yep. Yeah. And I mean, I still will go back to what I said, that I think Ash made the right call taking me out, because it would have, if she wouldn't have, Zach's turn would have gone. And of course, don't, shoulda, woulda, coulda, but like, I think it was the right call, because the next turn I had scape shift in hand. I would have scape shifted. I would have gotten to my 10th gate, and I
Mm-hmm.
likely could have mazes ended that turn.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. I mean, she did not make that was not the misplay of the game,
No,
no,
which is a
no.
the
segue
misplay of the
into the
game
best
is
misplay.
Root Weaver Druid.
Yeah,
Let's be real.
root water dryad. One of my absolute favorite cards in that deck. This is actually the first time I got turned down. I felt
Uh,
like I
yeah.
got knocked down a peg on that one.
Listen, you can't always be the belle of the ball.
So I mean,
That is probably
I
one of my favorite quotes in the entire video, was the Zach yelling, "Man, what a terrible play!"
Yeah.
well, so I've watched the thing. I probably like 50 times through, like while editing it and everything. That moment caused me to laugh every single time. Like that's my favorite moment. Like thinking back and watching it is
It
that moment
was
there, and then also
it
the
was so good.
laugh and Jasper Flint.
Yeah, you brought it. You brought the humor for sure. I think I was like too focused on, the game, and not focused enough on being like at all a human being. So,
Mm,
um yeah, it was good. You were the comic relief for sure. And then of course Jared is just always funny. Um but yeah,
naturally.
it was a good game. It was cool. And it was cool to play. I hadn't played Rakdos in a long time, Zach, so it was
Hmm.
keeping me on my toes. And again, like, Ash's deck just went super hard. It once Thief of Sanity came down, I was like, oh boy, we got something on our hands here. Because, for those that don't know Thief of Sanity, if you've never been Thief of Sanity, it doesn't feel great.
It's
um
terrifying. That was
it
so
doesn't feel great.
scary.
It doesn't feel great. You get
Not
they
knowing
get they
what
get the
she
top three of
has.
your library, period. You don't know what those things are, and then they get to take and keep one and cast it at any point in time, as if it were any color too. So it's not
I'll
even, there are no other options for you at that point. It's no fun.
I'll also say again, welcome to chat, Clint. Thank you
Oh
so
my
much for
gosh,
joining in.
Clint is here.
Um, but looking back on it, it's so funny because like even if I had looked at and again, this isn't saying that like it was a misplay or anything. I think Ash made the perfect choice here. Looking at those three cards, if I was in Ash's spot, I would have. I don't think I would have picked the Munis Massacre. I think I would have gone for like the Jessica's Will or even
Mm,
like the Withering Torment. Um, But going for that Mutinous Massacre made, I think, the game so much more interesting and had
Mhm.
led to so much more excitement. I'm
Agreed.
so glad that that's the route she went.
Agreed. I
Same.
love when you choose um, a bomb over an optimal play. Like I think
Hmm.
that's what's fun about playing the game is, when people make those decisions, and right or wrong, it's just more fun to see something like that hit the table, and then
Hmm.
what the fallout is of it. Which was getting a really good bug report sent to Mythic Tools about the fact that their life counter doesn't stop going after you hold on to it for too long.
Yeah, that was
Uh,
hilarious. That was
Yeah.
very funny. And they
Yeah,
reached out to us. So
they
there you
mhm.
did. They
go.
actually
Making new
they
friends.
they thanked us for the feedback. It was actually pretty funny. So yeah, it was a really good game. And the next game, I won't spoil any of it like I did the
Again,
last one, but I won't. My lips are sealed. But the next game is, I think, just as fun, just as fun as the first
we can
game.
spoil who's
With
on it.
we can. It's
Yep.
yeah. We could talk about who's on it. So it's
We
me and Zach and Jared, and then our good old buddy Clark, who's in chat right now too.
Yep.
Tarkibo.
Yep, Clark Ebo's in it. And do we want to share the decks we played, or do we should wait on that? Let's wait on that.
We
I
can
mean,
wait
we
for
Um,
could,
that.
you listen. We only have like 75 people in this stream, so we could spoil it for them, and then everybody
seven.
else have to wait.
Your
Fair
stream
enough.
your stream your stream predictions are just as good as your price predictions,
Way
except
better.
yeah, they're way higher than they actually are in real life.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, but yeah, yeah, we can talk about who we played, I guess. I played Catilda and Lear, and I'm not going to go into what the deck does, but
Hmm.
Catilda and Lear is one of the fun mashup legendaries, and it's like a humans matter flashbacky kind of deck. It's Bant, so that's
Very
fun.
cool.
Yeah, and I will say too. I think we had calibrated towards like downward a little bit. Maybe we were still bracket 3, but it was a very soft bracket 3. I played Auntie Ool,
Hmm.
aka Ool that smell. Can't you smell that smell? Um, and that was not heavily, maybe 10 in, 10 out, plus or minus a couple of cards. Maybe it's like 12 in, 12 out or something.
Yeah.
Um, so that was fun. I really like
Yeah.
that deck. I will say I've noticed some issues with the deck, and I'm still tinkering to try to get it to come online a little quicker.
Hmm. We'll because the game does go into that. We talked about it a little bit, so we'll hold off on that. But I was playing the Turtles precon with my flavor of choice, Leonardo the Balance, and Michelangelo the Heart. Leo and Mikey. I think it's the best
Hmm.
I think it's personally the best partner combo for that deck. Um, if you don't go for like Heroes in a Half Shell, but yeah, that deck, like we talked about, is a ton of fun.
Hmm. Yeah.
So good,
It,
so
it
good.
And then
No
was it
spoilers.
was
Great.
it was good.
Clark Kibo, he's not here to talk about it, but was playing Eshki Teemer's Roar, one of the
Yep.
commanders from Tarkir Dragonstorm.
Which that deck can go from nothing to taking the game very quickly. As I've experienced it in the past playing it, I won't spoil this game, but
You have to tune in.
every time I've played that deck, all of a sudden Eshki's like doing 16 damage around the table, and you're like, "What the hell happened? Where did the game go?"
Yep.
Um, yeah, it is
Love it.
good. It is good, and it was teamerific. That's correct, Clark. Clark's a big teamer person. We have discovered he's our resident
Yeah,
teamer player. Yep.
yeah.
It may or
It,
may not have rubbed off on me.
it's a
I'm still
very
thinking
fun
about teamer decks,
game.
by the way, boys.
You're still
I've
doing
been
what?
wanting to build. Well, Teamer is the only color, the only triple color that I don't have like a deck that is like my baby for that color. So I've been experimenting with a few different deck archetypes. The problem I've been falling into is they just seem very straightforward, and I like to
Mhm.
play a bit of like a more interesting, nuanced game. But if you want to tell me in chat if you'd rather me build, I'm down to Flub the Fool and Me the Immortal are the two that I am deeply
Ooh.
considering.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
me the
I'll
Immortal's
also
cool.
say if you tuned into to Rough Draft on Tuesday, you'll know that I am being coerced. I conceded to building a Sultai deck, so
You
still
did.
trying to figure out who it's going to be, but we're working that out.
You did. I did send you some cards today to consider.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I only went into like the Sultai specific color identity. I didn't go into the mechanic that you were talking to me
Mm-hmm.
about as much with other colors. So,
I mean, I do like those cards
um,
you gave, so we'll see.
they're
We'll have to
fun.
just wait and see them.
Yeah,
I
there's some
always
fun
pick
ones.
Mimeoplasm or Damia. Those are my two. Those are my two homies.
Yeah.
From the
Very
original
cool.
Precon, by the way. The original 2011 Precon Sultai
Yep.
was Mimeo with an alternate in Damia. And I don't remember who the third alternate was because they came with 3 commanders. But yeah, that was my favorite. That's where I
Clark
Yeah.
likes
developed
Mimeo,
a love
or
of
not Clark, Clint.
assassination. Oh, yeah.
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 Clint does like. I mean, yeah. Yeah.
And
Mimeo's old school.
if you do choose Mimeo, the Ghostbusters secret layer Slimer is Mimeoplasm.
Yeah,
So if you needed any more incentive, that's the way.
that gives me all the incentive I need, Jared.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
think
you
art. I think Barge, Wizard Barge also Wizard of Barge. There we go. I got there. I think they also did a mimeoplasm.
I think you're
If I,
right.
it's an
Yeah.
original. It's one of the first secret layers that came
Yep.
out.
Yep.
Mimeoplasm. Let's take a look.
Pretty sure it's Wizard of Barge. It's kind of
Yes, yeah,
that
that is
style.
Wizard of Barge. Oh yeah, I love Wizard of Barge's style.
Yeah.
Well, very
Wizard
cool.
of Barge also, if you're not familiar with Wizard of Barge, check out their website. They sell some awesome gear. And it's not just magic. They have a whole magic line, but they also have like D&D stuff and just generally cool gear. And this is not a paid sponsorship. It is just cool shit you can buy. That's nerdy and fun.
They also will be signing at MagicCon in Vegas this
Oh,
year, which they were not part of the spoiled artist list, but they are on the final. And I could not be more thrilled. And I'm going to need to talk to one of you all or somebody in the group about placing a big barge order because there's at least 2 play mats I want, and I want to get another hat.
Oh,
So
yeah.
maybe we could do a little splitsy on
I might
shit.
I might see if you can get some cards signed for me.
Yeah, I got you. Always. Always, always, always.
Because yeah, I have the acidic slime from them, and obviously the mimeoplasm and all those. So I might have to dig those up.
Love it.
Cool.
Well, back to the chat, and then we'll keep cruising. Clint says Kalia is my ride or die from the OGs. Kalia Mardu was also one of the first 2011 precons. I'm trying to remember there was a demon in there. Clint, you'll have to share in chat. I don't remember the other 2 alts, but another banger and a very popular commander. Recently, some of the Costco commander bundles
Hmm.
came with a print of Kalia, and I ended up buying all 4 of the commander bundles. It might have been Bloomborough, and now I have 4 promo Kalias just sitting around, which is super cool.
It's crazy
Uh,
to think that card used to be like just a whole different level of
yes.
power. You know,
Yep.
like
Yep.
it's pretty wild.
Yeah, they've definitely crept up to the Kalia's power level, but she is still oppressive and a kill on sight commander.
Hmm.
Hmm.
She's still the number 6 commander on EDH rec. So
It
Mm,
makes sense. I'm not surprised at all.
hmm.
Um,
Let's
and Clark says I should be building Me the Immortal. I'm a big Maisie Williams fan. I'm a big Doctor Who fan, and so my lean is yes, Me the Immortal. I have some tricks up my sleeve that I've already shared with Ian that will make the deck fun to play against. And
Hmm.
so yeah, maybe this is it. Maybe this is a push I needed to just
Yeah.
go ahead and do it.
Me is
Uh,
really cool, and I'm glad you're doing it. I've wanted to. I've been toying around with making that one, and then the other one is I forget the Golgari. Uh, there's like a Golgari version of her that's old. That's an old card. There was nothing like that for a long time either. So, um, but yeah, it's a cool concept.
yep,
Counters stand with it. You get to you choose to send her to the graveyard, all that good stuff.
yep.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's it. I'm doing it, y'all. I'm doing it.
All
Yeah.
right.
No fear.
All right.
We're building
All
it.
right.
What's
We're building
next?
it. You heard it here. Let's do quick website updates just because I think, I know
Yeah.
we've skipped this the last couple of weeks, but Ian, you've done some really good, there's been a lot of under the hood work that you've been working on. And I know
Hmm.
that's not ready to talk about yet, but I did see something that you worked on meticulously for the last couple of days that I thought was like a really great enhancement in terms of usability and just like the
Mm.
aesthetics of the site. So take it away, Ian.
Yep. Yeah. So there's Jared pointing at us aggressively. Nice. Okay. Um, that would cut off. I didn't know he was pointing so hard at us. Um, so yeah, some site updates. There's been a lot of stuff since the last site update that's come in. The update that Jared's talking about specifically is I can't show you on the site, but kind of silly. But when you copy a when you send, thank you for changing that, Zach. When you send a link to a friend or whatever for a deck, it's got like the card art and the name of the deck. And thanks to Real Goose for suggesting at the end of the hyperlink, when you send it, it'll have the deck name also slugged onto the end of the hyperlink. So that way you can also know at a glance from the hyperlink which deck you might be referencing from yourself or from a friend or whoever. Um, I think some of the big updates that we can cover today. Um, we purposely brought up a shared deck here, or a public deck from Zach. Um, I think we briefly covered the friend system, but if we'll just quickly go into it real quick. In the friends, you have a friends section in your site now, so you can add friends by username or by email. Um, and the friends, there's a feature that's added now where if a friend shares with you a deck list, like a public deck list, the site will check to see if they're your friend. And there's a new system that allows you to enter this suggest changes mode. And this actually allows you, as their friend, to go into suggesting changes for their deck. So once you're in suggestion mode, and apologize for the UI because it does need to be optimized quite a bit. But for now, I just, making sure it works. But when you're in suggestion mode, you can go through and you can say, like, oh yeah, Zach. I don't know. Blossoming Bogby's probably not the best card here, so I would suggest removing that from your deck. And I would also suggest, based on running Herska here, um, maybe we want to add like Llanowar Elves. I'm just gonna pick something easy, and I can say, come on, there we go. Add Llanowar Elves. That'll add to the suggestion as well, so on and so forth. So I can make a bunch of suggestions, and when I'm done, I can click submit here, and it's going to give me a list of the cards that I suggested to add, the cards that I suggested to remove, and then I can put notes in that Zach can see. and say like, just some suggestions, dude, and hit submit. So now on Zach's end, he's actually going to get an email from Constant Lists saying that his friend Ian of Doom suggested these changes, and when he goes into the deck, those changes or those suggestions are going to pop up at the top of the deck, and he can confirm to have them take effect, or he can decline them and not let them happen. When you choose to confirm anything adding, it'll add it to the deck. And if you choose to confirm anything that it was suggested to remove, it'll remove from the deck as well. So yeah, that actually was some feedback from Zach. I don't know, a couple week or so ago,
Yeah,
and the system plugged in pretty
I was
well.
very
So
happy with how much of a turnaround time that took. I thought it was like a super long project, but as we know, Ian is an incredibly talented just individual.
I'm
I
something.
actually, I got to tell you, Ian, I experienced this feature firsthand. I got really excited because I got an email with a suggestion on my Deadpool deck, and I was like, "Oh, it's my favorite deck." Somebody suggested something, and I'm so excited to see what it was. And then I immediately got really angry because the suggestion was to remove Deadpool, and it really pissed me off. But it, you know, proof is in the pudding. The feature's great, but I was pretty upset. I was
Yeah.
angry.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm really glad that that suggestion was given to you. Another great feature and some other feedback. Again, like Zach is one of our, I would say Zach, you're one of our power users for sure. So another feature that Zach posed to us to have added was adding a card filter that you can filter cards in your deck by um, search terms. So you can search for words themselves, or you can use Scryfall syntax. So, if I wanted to do like, O is search, it's going to search or show only cards in the deck that have the Oracle tag or the Oracle text with the word search in them. I could also say I specifically, want the color to be green, and I want it to be, an artifact. Um, so that's pretty cool. It's also really, really snappy, which I was super pleased with. And to clear it, you just delete it out, and there we go. We're back. We're back to the deck. So that's super, super cool. There's also not so much for commander decks as much, but definitely for those that play any other format, standard, modern, vintage, legacy, so on and so forth. There is a lot of work that's been done under the hood to support the consolidation and individualization of cards, and being able to change the printings of cards on an individual level. So not to get too into the minutia of the site, but I spent far too much time looking at Nazgul cards to to test this feature. But the consolidation and individualization functionality is kind of the backbone of some of the features we have throughout the site. Um, each card is actually recorded as an individual record. So if I move into individual mode here, you're going to see that there's 9 individual Nazguls. Um, and this actually allows you to get pretty in the weeds with printing selection. It allows you to do a lot with the allocation system that we've developed. So being able to allocate your actual collection to the deck, so then you can know for other decks if you have cards available or not, to allocate to those decks. So this was a big undertaking that we went through about a month and a half or so ago. But the results have been really cool with what we can do with it. And part of one cool feature is you can split out your decks and see all the different printings that you have, but you can also roll them up into each individual printing and have those consolidated. So Nazgul is a really good candidate, right? Because there's 9 different Nazgul printings. So this was our buddy Greg, who is in our Discord, and he's actually a pretty he'll go a few weeks without saying much to me, and then he'll come in with something like, "Hey, my Nazguls don't show up in match when I change the printings," and then I spend like a week trying to fix that problem. So I've stared at Nazgul a lot over the past few weeks,
Works really well with
but or the
basics
past
too.
week. Um, it works, but yeah, and actually, basic lands was one of the reasons this kicked off too. That's a good point, Zach. Zach actually, I think at one point you had said like, "Hey, it'd be cool if I could change my basic land printings to match what I have." And um, originally we were tackling it kind of similar to how other deck builders have it, and they don't. Other deck builders don't split cards into individual line items, and so that got kind of clunky. So we moved over to this individual line item method, and it's been fun. The other thing, just real quick, that I think is worth digging into is there's been a bit of an overhaul in the wish list space. So wish list is you can add to your wish list from a lot of different places in the site. But the wish list page, also, if anyone's got any of these cards, you can message me because I'm looking for them. But the wish list page is meant to feel pretty similar to the trade page that we had talked about if you're proposing trades with your friends on one of the last streams. So it feels really similar. You can search here. You can find all your different cards that you're looking for, so on and so forth. But we added the ability to share your wish list. That's a new feature, which it was very apparent when someone in our Discord was posting their wish list as a deck, which is kind of how you have to do it in a lot of places. So we added share functionality in here. We also made sure that there was grouping and filtering that worked across all of the cards in the wish list. The other cool thing with the wish list is you can add priority that's super visible.
Very nice.
There's UI work to do here, but if you click on the priority for the card, you can toggle through the priorities really quickly, and that would give anybody looking at this a really clear understanding of how bad you want this card. You can also toggle quantities and your foil on and off here. And it'll also indicate here if this card is in your collection. And if you're anything like me, you make a wish list and then you forget to update it as time goes on. There'll be features as well if you trade in the system with a friend that it'll remove the card from your wish list if it sees it in there. But just as a low res option, it'll show you here if you have it. Pricing, remove it, all that good stuff. So it's pretty cool. It's coming along. And this is
Very
again,
cool.
like, if anybody's got any of these cards, let me know.
I've got that Summon Titan
Super
for you.
cool.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I'm actually. I don't know if anyone's ever heard of this card, the Anorid Brush Hopper. This card is cool, dude. I discard 2 cards at instant speed, and you can remove it from the game. You can blink it by discarding 2 cards. That is really good, and it's
That's
uh,
What
it's
awesome.
what
it's
color item
Celestia.
is that? Selesnya? Very cool.
It's Celestia. Yeah. Yeah, I know I need to move the priority down somewhere where it's not covering the mana cost, but yeah, it's pretty cool. It's from Judgment. Like,
That was a set I
what?
played the heck out of, man. Like,
Yeah.
I might have some of those for you.
Okay. Yeah, it's a badass card. Let me actually look
Yep,
it up here.
it's really good.
Anorid. Um yeah, Anorid Brush Hopper. Yeah, it's a 3-drop, dude. It's so good. Oh, we
So
also
wow.
added this was another feature, sorry. If you go into the card itself and you go to the bottom, all the printings on the bottom, if you hover over them now, you can actually add them to your wish list, to your
Oh,
collection
that's
deck, or
sick.
create a deck with them from the specific printing as well. And then Zach also has a request in the queue to have the ability to see how many of these cards you currently have in your collection. So
Ooh,
that's on
yeah.
that's on deck as well. So a little bit more just like tying all the different systems in the site together, so you can really have control and visibility over your collection, over your wish list, your decks, all that good stuff. So it's very cool, fun
I tell
stuff.
Who
you
knew it
what,
took this
just
much
because
work?
you pulled that up now,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah.
have to check out the Magic Worlds deck that ran that card, by the way.
Oh yeah, I know. I see. That's funny. I didn't even realize this was in the World Championship decks.
Yeah,
Two of
that's
them.
so
Two of them.
cool.
It's from
So
'03
cool.
and '02. It's a great
Yeah,
card, dude.
yeah.
I'm actually thinking of putting it in Necrobloom because I mean, dude, you could
Ooh.
just ditch two cards at instant speed, get your dredge online, or just get a dredge card. You know, get Life from the Loam into your graveyard.
Yeah.
No
Yeah,
problem.
it definitely is not the color pair that is associated with free discard outlets. That's for dang sure.
Yeah.
So
Hmm.
Well,
it does feel really good.
what's really cool, what I really like about it too, is it blinks till the end of turn, right? So like
Oh, so it's a
if
delayed one.
someone on their turn went to board wipe, they can board wipe and you can blink this guy back to your hand, and he's going to survive the board wipe and come back, and you're still going to have that discard outlet, which is definitely something.
Yep.
It's
Yeah.
Yep.
definitely something. So
He's a
it's a really cool
survivor.
card. Yeah, silly
That's
stuff
awesome.
like this. It's like, who knew this card existed? It's pretty rad. So
I
I would
love it.
pick. If you like this mechanic, I would pick up a couple copies because right now it's only couple bucks. Which it seems like this card should probably be more than that, given that the effect is unique. It's pretty meaningful in a lot of decks, and it's overall a good card.
Yep. Yep. Well,
Anywho,
let's keep on cruising. I think before we get into deck tech, we ought to hear from our sponsors. But as a perfect segue, let's do our quick ad for Constant List. We've been looking at it the last 20 minutes. You know it, you love it. But for those of you who aren't familiar, hold on, time out. I need to complain about something for just a second. I'm a little angry. Why in the year 2026 do most Magic websites still feel like they were built during a power outage in 2004? Ian, you open a deck builder and it takes 12 seconds to load. Ours is 6. It's so much better. We cut it in half. You search for a card and the site acts like you just asked it to solve for climate change. It's crazy. Half the buttons don't work, the other half teleport you somewhere random, and somehow the page is still covered in ads for sleeves you already own. I don't need to know about those Gengar sleeves anymore, okay? I've seen them, I've played with them. It's unbelievable. So we did what any reasonable group of Magic players would do after one too many bad interfaces and too much caffeine. We built our own freaking website. Constant List is a community built MTG platform for deck builders, collectors, traders, and the specific kind of Magic player who has absolutely derailed a game night by saying, wait, that does use the stack, you know. Decks, collections, pricing decisions, rules interactions that make the entire table lean forward and reread the card 3 times. Not this guy, though. I only read it once and get it wrong, as evidenced by Wednesday night's game. All of this in one place, fast, clean, no UI wrestling match required. And the important part, it's built in public by us, by you. No engagement strategy. If something exists on the site, it's because people asked for it. If something's broken, the community yells at us and we fix it. This is not venture capital magic. This is LGS at 11:30 p.m. magic. Now, we do have a Patreon that helps us keep the lights on, keep the support coming. We really appreciate it. Constant support, $2, less than 1 cup of coffee, so much less, it scares me. Uh, we also have Constant Growth, which gets you early access and testing, and Constant Core lets you help decide what we build next and gets you included in things like our game nights and getting brought on stream. We've got a lot of things that we want to try out to make it worth your time and your investment in us. You don't have to spend anything though. Watching, sharing, hanging out, that stuff generally helps. And we know it helps because Zach is headbanging right now. Patreon just helps us move a little faster and build cooler nonsense. So if you're tired of magic tools that feel like they were coded on a graphing calculator, go check out Constant List. The links are up in the description. And please stop using that other deck builder. If I see somebody else post in our Discord an Archidect or Moxfield link, I'm going to scream. Okay, back to you, Ethan.
Oh man, that might be your best one to date. I hope we pulled that for recording purposes. Thanks, Jared. Yeah, and the plan with constant lists as well is that it will be and will remain to be ad free. We want to create a space where you and pay gate free as well. Use features, get in it, not have any hurdles to build and manage your collection and your decks the way that you want to. So there's a lot of plans for it. There's been a ton of great feedback over the last couple weeks from our users. And I think we just eclipsed, I know this is crazy, but I know we just eclipsed 32 users just this week. And I think we've eclipsed over 200 decks at this point on the site. So it's been also great to see that, people are getting in there, they're making stuff. It's not just me and Zach anymore that are making things.
I was gonna say people have
um,
people have already made 50 decks then.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's crazy. It's been pretty wild to see. We have a report that we get generated every day that we can see updates. So yeah, check it out. Definitely give it a shot. And I think what's great about it is if you do join and you jump into our Discord, we'd love to hear what you have to think about the site as well to help keep shaping it as time goes on. And speaking of helping shape it as time goes on, this is a great segue to briefly chat about our new sponsor that has given us some support in the past few weeks. So we do want to give a shout out to our friends and our supporters at a shop called Big Deck Energy Games. Big Deck Energy Games is super different than any other game store you've been to, and it's really how they view gaming in their community. Deeply focused on their community and committed to fair pricing. They're genuinely passionate about the games that they carry. It's the kind of shop where the goal isn't to squeeze every single dollar out of the players, but to build a space where people can come and play and learn and trade and just hang out and have a good time. The philosophy stands in sharp contrast to bigger, fat cat retail entities that can sometimes forget that local game stores are supposed to be about their people first before anything else. They're based out of Cathedral City, California, close to my old stomping grounds. That's in Coachella Valley. You might be familiar with Coachella Valley because of Coachella Music Festival. But they are also just a short drive away from the amazing Joshua Tree National Park, which, if you have not been there and you are at all interested in gorgeous scenery and/or national parks, it is absolutely well worth going. And I'm sure there's plenty of places you could play a good game of Magic and see some incredible sights out in the desert. So if you're headed there, consider making a stop. It's a perfect side quest between any sort of sets or touring that you're doing in that space of the world to shuffle up, meet some great people, and support a truly community driven shop. Check them out at bigdeckenergygames.com. And we are super proud and thankful to have them as our first sponsor, and even more excited to be partnered with a store that shares the same philosophy that we do, which is building the community, and then the rest will follow in turn. All right, let's get into deck tech. Yeah.
I'm so excited about this.
Yeah,
Couldn't have
me
said
too.
it better myself. All right, let's go ahead and move over to our deck tech screen. Let's get the deck list pulled up for the friends at home so they can follow along. So this here is Ratonhnhaké. This is my Esper Commander deck. This is my equipment deck. I was telling Jared before the stream, if I had to choose two decks that I run for the rest, if I keep two decks, it's Rakdos the Muscle and it's Ratonhnhaké. I've put so much work into like tuning this and making it just super fun. It's also super powerful. And what I like about it is that it is not a run of the mill, like, hey, you're running equipment. Yeah, if you're building an equipment deck, You got to build Esper. You got to build Ratonhnhaké. He's from Assassin's Creed. No one really cared about Assassin's Creed, but I think it's a great set. Um, so this deck, what I really like about it, it is a little bit out there in terms of its playability. It is essentially equipment reanimator. So as long as he has not dealt damage yet, he has hexproof and can't be dropped. It can't be blocked. Sorry. And then whenever Ratonhnhaké deals combat damage to a player, create a 1/1 black assassin creature token. And with Menace, when you do, return target equipment card from your graveyard to the battlefield, then attach it to that token. And I've got a ton of assassin tokens. I do have some cool new cards in here, Hunter. Well, I'm so happy we got to do a trade, and so we'll get to show off some of those here in just a little bit. But yeah, this is
Hey,
the
Zach,
commander.
can I ask a question real quick?
No, but I'll allow it.
Okay. So when you're playing Ratonhnhaké 2, how does it usually?
It's
How do the games
Ratonhnhaké.
end? Yeah. Ratonhnhaké 2. How do you usually win? Like, what does it look like? What's the end game on this deck?
There's a couple different ways that you win with this deck. So obviously, he gets very big. He can't be blocked, but a lot of times that only works, really well, like once, maybe twice. So the main strategies that we have with this deck are number one, getting equipment into the graveyard. We have a few different ways we tackle that. And then to reset his ability, since it only counts as a singular object, once he leaves the battlefield and comes back, that ability gets reset. So we're blinking him. We're blinking him up and down. We're bringing him back constantly to go ahead and just reset that ability. And then that'll usually go ahead and help take out one or two people. And then the last person at the table, you either gotta try again, or there's a cool finisher piece that works really well with assassins. If you've ever played an assassin deck, you'll probably get an idea of what I'm talking about. But we'll take a look at that here in the list. So,
Love it.
Sort of phase one, you do have to put a bit of setup into this deck. So there are 3 equipment pieces that I really like to start off with. They're very iconic, very popularly used in Commander. They are, of course, the Clue equipment cards. That's right. We run them in this deck.
I was like,
We
oh,
run.
arcane signet. Oh, oh no, you're talking about clue equipments. Got it. Yeah,
We're talking about the
obviously a
Clue equipments,
mainstay in
baby.
every commander deck. Yes.
Every equipment deck runs these cards. We run, Candlestick. What I really like about the Clue cards is that they have their ability, but they also have their own way of putting themselves into the graveyard. And each one of them, you pay 2, you sacrifice it, and you get to draw a card. So Candlestick here is the blue version. It gives +1/+1 and has whenever this creature attacks, Surveil 2, which also works really well with our commander because we get to possibly put some artifacts and equipments in the graveyard for him to get back. So this one is really cool. This is probably the best one that you want to see out of the 3 clues that are eligible in the deck. And then we have Lead Pipe, the black version of the clue equipments. This one gives +2/+0. It has a small little effect here. Whenever equipped creature dies, each opponent loses 1 life. So it's like a one-time sort of Zulaport Cutthroat. And then the third one here is the Wrench. It's the white version. This one is pretty neat. This one I actually tend to not want to sacrifice because the ability is pretty sweet. Gets +1/+1 and has Vigilance. Vigilance is super important in this kind of deck where you're wanting to be attacking, because a lot of times in a Voltron deck, you swing out. If you don't have a blocker, you're going to face some crackback. So getting that Vigilance is super important. And you can also pay 3, tap the equipped creature to tap another target creature. Can be useful, but maybe like after combat or something like that, or even later on another person's turn. And I think that works pretty well. So those are 3 equipments that I like to start off with here because I don't see anybody else ever run them, and I actually like them quite a bit.
Yeah, I love the art on these too, dude. I can't remember if these are the only art, the only type of art for the Clue equipments, but I just
There are
love the art. It's so
there are
cool.
versions of them in the main set, and then these ones come in like the Clue box where you actually get to play a game of Clue
Yeah.
with the cards or something like that. Honestly, I didn't look at the rules for
Yep.
that. I just took out the cards and had fun with them.
They're slick, dude. They're super slick looking. I love it.
Yeah, I like them a lot, and they somehow like they do fit the theme, the Assassin's Creed theme.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean,
Even
you
though
pick up whatever
Assassin's Creed,
weapon
a
you
lot of
can.
swords and things, they just yeah, they
Yep.
just feel right. They feel right. Good one.
You got to improvise some stuff every now and then. And then another way, so that's a good way, like a nice kind of like humble way of putting some incidental value, putting cheap things in the yard. Then another way of getting things into the graveyard, easiest ways are surveilling and milling. So we are a self-mill deck. We are a big surveil themed deck. So this is the like one of those decks that I would recommend you always run all 3 of the eligible surveil lands. We do. We have Meticulous Archive, which is the white and blue surveil land. We have Shadowy Backstreet, which is the white and black surveil land. And we have the blue and black surveil land here, which another great thing about the surveil lands, they all have the land types on them, so they are fetchable if you do have fetch lands of any kind that don't look for basic lands, but look for those basic land types.
These lands have gone up quite a bit in price. They're up
Dude,
there.
they're pricey, dude. Yeah, they're
Hmm.
pricey.
They're very good. And Undercity
For good
Sewers just
reason.
got
For
its
good
first
reason.
reprint in TMNT. It's the only
Yep,
Nice.
surveil
that's
land that's
right.
gotten that reprint. Um,
That's right.
and then
That's right. Hopefully, a sign of more to come.
hopefully so, because
Hmm.
it's great for more people to get their hands on them.
Yeah.
So outside of the lands, some self mill. This is a card from Modern Horizons 3 I love so much. You can kind of think of it like a milling Phyrexian arena. Beginning of your pre-combat main phase, you mill 3 cards, then you may pay 1 generic mana and 3 life. If you do, put a card from among those cards into your hand.
Yeah, this card does work in my Disa deck.
Hmm.
To get
Anything that
my
cares
Lord
about you
Hoist.
having things in the graveyard you want, like this card is a
Hmm.
mainstay.
Yep.
We also have one of the classic cards here, Factor Fiction. You reveal this is a fun little mini game. 3 and a blue, instant, reveal the top 5 cards of your library. An opponent separates those cards into 2 piles, put one into your hand and the other into your graveyard. Um, if you're in like a friendly casual game, a lot of time what people will do with this is they'll just give you a pile of 5 and a pile of 0, and you do what you want with that. Um,
Mm.
I like watching this card get played in Pro Tour, and it's been
mhm.
legal and used in Pro Tour many times. And it's always like the commentators go bananas for a Factor Fiction because there's just so much you could do, so many decisions. Super cool.
And it's at instant speed, which is
Yep.
really
Yeah,
cool. Which is really
it is
cool.
so impactful in any kind of like meaningful sort of strategy there. And just the fact that you can put into the graveyard, because there's other things where you just shuffle them back in or put them on the bottom. But of course, we want things in the graveyard if we can. You
Is that
can
a
politic
pricey
your way
card
into
these
getting what you
days?
want. Factor Fiction, what's the price listed there, Ian?
For fact and fiction, depends on the printing.
This one's
But
quarter, something like that, right?
yeah, it's a quarter. There's,
Yeah.
I
Okay.
mean, even like the OG fact and fiction, which is from I want to say Tempest, um, is
Looks like
not expensive.
Invasion.
No, it is Invasion. Wow. Yeah, I didn't realize it was not that old. No, yeah, it is
Hmm.
Invasion. Wow. Okay. Yep.
Great
Yeah,
Yeah,
card.
it's
very
good.
cool card. Next up here, this is a Bloomborough card. 2 and a black. This is a sorcery speed one, but it's got that flavor of a black card draw. You surveil 2, then draw 2, and you lose 2 life. So it's kind of like that sign in blood flavor there, where you draw 2
Read the
and lose
bones.
2. Yep, read the bones. But this one, you get
Hmm.
that option of surveilling 2 as well, which eh, honestly is so good in this. Surveilling
Yeah.
is great. I I I hate to see the word scry anymore. I just want to see surveil, but that's because I'm a filthy graveyard player.
Yep. Yep. I'm with you.
Next up here, this is one of the few creatures we've got in the deck, but it's really good. Desmond Miles, also from Assassin's Creed. He's a 1 and a black legendary creature, human assassin. He's got menace. He's a 1/3, but he gets +1/+0 for each other assassin you control and each assassin card in your graveyard. And whenever he deals damage to a player, you surveil X, where X is the amount of damage it dealt to that player. So if you have this out and your commander, even if it's been like a couple turns or something, this can easily be a 4, a 5/3 with menace for 2 mana.
Yeah, that's really good. I do have to say, and you've kind of convinced me on this, Zach, but the Assassin's Creed set has some bangers for sure.
Yeah, I think it is one of those sets. It was kind of underserved, undervalued, just because it was kind of that
Yep.
aftermath style
Yep.
set where very small, very few commons. The booster packs had only like 7 or 8 cards, which isn't great, but I had a fun time opening it. And I'm not even that big of
Yeah.
an Assassin's Creed fan, but I do like some of them, especially the early ones.
Yeah.
And a lot of
Also,
value. A lot of value in the set too.
Hmm.
lot of value. Also, if you are at all interested in anything historic, like
Yes.
playing historic spells, it's got legendaries and artifacts galore. There are just so many
Hmm.
things, and legendary artifacts too. So if you even lean into like the Lord of the Rings legendary artifact kind of vein of play, there's a ton of just really good legendary artifacts in Assassin's Creed.
Well, and
Yes.
there's a double play here too. You said historic cards as a type, but also if you're a history buff, you get all
True.
of the advantages of being able to play Socrates and Leonardo da Vinci and so forth and so on. So
That's right.
there's
I forgot that some of those are actual
Yep,
characters
Leonardo da
now.
Vinci and Cleopatra, which and
yep,
Yeah.
yeah, the which are actually like very fun, viable commander decks, which is just kind of
totally,
funny.
totally. Yep.
But yeah, Desmond Miles, I think this is one of the coolest cards in the deck. If you're not hitting with Connor, as we'll call him for right now, just because Ratonhnhaké, cool original. I call him Connor. It's just easier at the table. Um, it's not like
I do just want to
something as uh
I do want to just quickly shout out that Hunter has entered the chat if we didn't notice that, but Hunter is here.
Yep.
Uh and he I know he likes the some of the Assassin's Creed. Big Excalibur fan, as am I. So yeah, it's
Hmm.
awesome.
Yep.
But yeah, Ratonhnhaké, not so easy to say. It's nothing as easy to say as like Asmiranda Mardukades and a Kuldakar.
You
It's
did it.
You did it.
I
There
did it.
there he did
All
it.
right, we did it. All right.
Pat yourself on
Uh
the back since we could see you.
all right. And then next up we've got Don't Make a Sound. This is an instant card from Duskmourn. It's just a common. It's a 1 and a blue. It's one of the few kind of counter spells that we run in this deck because we don't care if this counters your spell. This counters target spell unless its controller pays 2. If they do pay it, if this is late game and they really want to keep their spell, fine. We get to surveil 2. We get to put 2 equipment cards from the top of our deck into our graveyard and then benefit off of them. I
This
very
is this
rarely
is slick. This is so slick, Zach. I'm like ready to put this in a bunch of my decks. I didn't know
Yeah.
this card
yeah,
existed.
I mean it's yeah, like I said, it's a common from Duskmourn, very like recent set, very cool set. Um, but like I said, I don't care if this counters your spell. I want to surveil. If I counter your spell, that's cool. I try not to run a whole lot of counter spells that are just generic, like counterspell itself, arcane denial, even negate. They're cool and they can save the board, but I really like counterspells that have utility and synergy, which are the
Mhm.
only kinds that we use in this deck.
Zach, I mean, real quick, this card is very. I'm like, my mind is ablaze with this card because which train of thought do I go here? When I think about abilities, sometimes I think like, what is the mana and card equivalent for an ability?
Mhm.
And so, like, surveil, what are you willing to pay in terms of cards and mana just to surveil one? Like, is that half a card in a mana? Is that one mana? Like, you're spending a card, you're paying two, but you're sort of passing that two to your opponent. So there's like some tempo happening here, and then
Mhm.
you get to surveil 2, which is better than scry 2. Am I crazy in thinking that this is, like, pushed on rate?
I would say, I mean, because this is about what you would pay for a normal counterspell anyways,
Right.
without being restricted to like that those double 2 pips. I mean, I think this is
Yeah.
a pure upside counterspell.
Yeah.
I think this is just smart deck building, just encapsulated in a card. Like you made this is a
Mhm.
very purposeful decision that you're making that benefits you either way. Either you get, you stop the thing that you want to stop or decide is worth stopping in that moment, or the alternative is you still get benefit. Like this is just really smart deck building. And this is exactly what I love about kind of these types of our streams and our deck techs is like I had no idea this card existed until
None.
tonight.
None.
And now, same as Jared, I'm like, man, I should be running this in like, some Sultai decks
I was
or
gonna say
Mhm.
Teval.
yeah, there's
Like,
like
Yeah,
this
this
there's
card
is
is
so
really
many
good
perfect
for
for
Taval.
Teval.
this
So
is like
good.
objectively better than like so many other cards. And it also it's one of those cards where I always love playing something and having the table say, wait, what is that? And explaining it and it clicking, kind of like what's happening right now, clicking in everyone's brain that's like, oh my God, like, yeah, that's a really good card. Like, where did what set is that from? And it sparks conversation. So this is really cool.
And again, we already know I'm a sucker for these sort of action naming conventions. Gift of Gab was my add to the Rolodex of cards, but Don't Make a Sound is a very cool card to play. I'm gonna use Don't Make a Sound. It just feels good. It's like it's
Yeah.
story building. It's good. Sorry, Zach. I know you're like,
No,
oh my
you're
god,
good.
we're
I
stuck on a common counter spell right now.
No,
But
but that's what I love about this deck tech. We're talking about a common. We're talking about a
yep.
common
Yeah.
for like minutes on end. That's awesome.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Uh, let's do move on though, because we do have a lot of other cool cards here. Next one is one of the other creatures here. This is Lydia Fry. Lydia Fry is 2 and hybrid Demir. Lydia Fry can't be blocked by creatures with power 3 or greater. And then at the beginning of your end step, Surveil X, where X is the number of tapped assassins you control. Another great surveil engine where if you're getting, Ratonhnhaké out and your assassin tokens and they're swinging out, you get to surveil 4 or 5 on your end step. Very cool.
Super cool. Love it.
Another one here. This is another newish. Actually, no, not a newish card. This is a pretty pretty widely used staple in a lot of blue decks. But we've got Frantic Search. 2 and a blue, instant, draw 2, discard 2, untap 3 lands. It's basically a free spell
Mhm.
where you get to loot 2.
Classic
Yep.
card.
Yep.
I mean, I think what is that from? Isn't that from
This printing
Urza's?
is
Yeah,
from
Urza's Legacy.
yep, it's originally from Urza's Legacy, but yeah, this printing is one of the Commander Masters one, and you've got a Brewvax little spell tome that you've got going on here.
Yeah.
All right, and then next up we've got this one here, Thirst for Knowledge. This is a 2 and a blue instant as well. This one says draw 3 cards and then you discard 2 cards unless you discard an artifact card. So another
Amazing.
one of the Thirst cycle cards. This one's very cool. I like this one a lot. It's just very simple,
So,
very easy to.
so
Yeah,
we were talking about this before the stream, right? Because you were
yeah.
like, should I use Thirst for Knowledge or what is the other one? Thirst for
The other one is compulsive research.
Compulsive research, right? And the other one is you draw 3 and then discard 2 unless you discard a land. I
Yep.
almost think for this deck, that would be better now that I'm seeing how you're playing this, because you would just not discard a land and discard 2 equipments
That
on
yes,
purpose.
very true. It's one of those like choosing between one of those or both and finding what to cut is so difficult for me. Like it varies on a like a week to week basis of like, okay, well, I tried this and I didn't have any cool equipments to discard, so maybe I'll switch over to this one. And so this one is one of like the more kind of like flaky spots in the deck where I'm still trying to figure this specific card out if I want this one or if I want compulsive research.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a
I
hard
don't
call.
know. Yeah,
Let me
I
know.
feel
Let me
like
know what I should run.
I'm in compulsive research camp,
Okay.
because I feel like this, if you really wanted to get your yard filled up, this would limit you by 1. I don't know. It's splitting hairs, I guess.
Yeah.
Um, because if you choose an artifact, then you only discard 2, or you only discard 1. But if you don't, then you can, obviously throw 2 in. I don't know. Yeah,
It also
yeah,
kind of depends on the hand you've got. Like if I
yeah.
can find a way to maybe fit two, I probably would, but then it's maybe just taking a little bit of the synergy out. So it's one of those hard
Yeah.
What's your
choices.
artifact count, Zach, in the deck?
I believe 27 artifacts total.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's got 27 artifacts in there.
Okay.
Um, yeah, so let me know in chat what you think. I'm definitely down for some insight here on this specific card because I cannot figure it out. Um, but we'll move on until we get some clarification there or something. This is a cool one. This is from Foundations. This is Refute. This is another counter spell. A little harder to justify the cost of this one. This is 1 and double blue. So it's not as widely applicable, but this one's pretty cool. You counter target spell, and then you get to loot, draw a card, then discard a card.
Mm-hmm.
So
The
it's a
art is
cool
sick
effect.
too.
Yeah, the
I
art's
love
really
this. Yeah, I love the Foundations like full arts. Very cool.
a lot of those foundation full arts look like they could be secret layers. You kind of blink twice and go,
Yeah.
oh, it's foundation.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep, I fully agree. But yeah, cool card. And then we've got this one here, Faithful Mending.
Oh, dude, I love this card
Great card.
so much,
It's a
Great
dude.
great
card.
card.
Oh my
It's from
goodness.
Innistrad Midnight Hunt. It's white and a blue, so Azorius instant. You gain 2 life, draw 2 cards, then discard 2 cards, and also has flashback of 1 and Azorius. So it costs 1 more to cast on a
Yeah.
second time. So really, for 5 mana, you're gaining 4, drawing 4, discarding 4, right? So you get to really craft that hand with if you're late game, you get to do that all in one swing. Early game, set it up for late game play.
It's so good. And I love that it's the kind of the anti-faithless looting. It's the
Hmm.
opposite faithless looting.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
so cool. It's
That's
so
awesome.
good.
Yeah, very cool. And then we've got another Assassin's Creed legendary creature here. We've got Evie Fry, relative to Lydia Fry. I believe Lydia's Fry. I believe this is Lydia Fry's mom, if I remember the lore correctly, but someone correct me if I'm wrong. The first line of text does not matter whatsoever. We could run him in the deck, but we don't. It has partnered with Jacob Fry. You could use that to shuffle your library, though, if you need to in a pinch. But what we do care about is it has 1 tap, draw a card, then discard a card. If you do discard a creature card this way, you can make another target creature you control unblockable that turn. So pretty cool way of having some repeatable looting. If you don't have the other pieces to sort of like fill your graveyard and you just really want to, you can put Evie Fry out and start looting away.
I've never seen this version of the partner text where there's this extra it's like a partner tutor thing. That's very interesting. Sorry, I'm stuck on
Mhm.
it. keep moving.
Yeah,
And
you're
Mhm.
good.
it's
I think that
also it's in
debuted with
italicized and parentheses too, so it like almost seems like it's evergreen for partner, but it's clearly not.
well, I think that this version of partner debuted in Battle Bond, if I remember correctly.
Yep,
Mm,
Um,
it did. So it's meant for like two-headed giant.
yeah.
yep. Okay, that makes sense.
Yep.
You could also, well, I guess you could target a player, and then they may put Jacob into their hand from their library if you want to try to convince someone that they should shuffle their deck or something. I don't know. And then I've got two other cards in this category here, two sort of mainstays in an equipment slash artifact deck. Number one, we have one of my new pickups from Hunter, Stoneforge Mystic, and
Mm,
this is the first printing, I believe. It's
yeah,
very beautiful in
Worldwake
the
did.
modern frame. I love the modern frame for cards. Uh, Stoneforge Mystic, if you don't know, is one in a white. When she enters the battlefield, you may search your library for an equipment card, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. And then she has an ability where you can pay one in a white, tap her. You may put an equipment card from your hand onto the battlefield. So
Yeah.
very cool
So
ability
it's so
there.
good.
This is the only equipment tutor that we do run in the deck. I'm antithesis here because as you saw on the constant misplays game, we did some tutoring there. I'm not a huge fan of tutors in Commander personally. But so I try to run them very specifically and very limited in capacity.
Oh, that's why you hate playing me. I get it. Okay, that makes more
Well,
sense now.
that's why I bought an opposition agent, Ian.
Yeah.
Quite literally. And then the last card here is Emery, Lurker of the Lock. Uh, Again, if you don't know, she is 2 in a blue, affinity for artifacts, so it costs 1 less for each artifact you have. When she enters, mill 4. That's awesome for us. And then she also has the ability of being able to tap, choose an artifact card in your graveyard that you can then cast. Still have to pay the mana value for that card, but really good if you do have like a couple of equipments in your graveyard. You trigger off Connor, dealing some combat damage, and then you can cast something else if you did need another equipment out of the yard or something like that. Very, very cool
Yeah,
staple in this
I
kind of
love
deck.
Emery. She's great. It's a
They
great
just
Yep.
should
card.
have done a different art for the Edge of Eternity set. That's my only beef.
For Edge of Eternities. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
I do sort
I
of
mean,
always like
there's
the
also I
lady in
feel
the
like
lock.
if it's a really cool there's also this secret layer alt is
I love
super
that one.
cool.
I do like that one. Yeah.
Um
Is that
and
brain? Is that brain dead? No. Who
I
did
don't
that?
remember. Uh I can't, yeah, I don't know.
So
Brandon something? Yeah, it's
it's
good. It's
cool.
good.
Super cool.
It
But
is
then
cool art.
I also like the alt art as well. The box topper
Yeah, yeah.
is pretty sweet.
The Multiverse
They did
Legends
they did
for
good.
printing. Yeah.
They did good with that first Eldraine set.
Yep. All right. So that was a lot of cards that we used to set up our those are our engine pieces. We haven't seen a whole lot of equipments aside from those clue pieces here. So let's go get into the arsenal. This is our trying to get Ratonhnhaké as beefy and lethal as possible. This is the payoff. So let's go ahead and start off here. This is going to be a staple that you see a lot, and I do have actually some advice here if you ever are building an equipment deck on over which one of these to play. Starting off with Swiftfoot boots.
Mm,
Swiftfoot boots, very similar to another equipment, Lightning Greaves. Um, but if you've never played an equipment deck before, I very highly recommend you do not play Lightning Greaves because as soon as you attach it, if you don't have any other creatures to move it off to, you will never be able to equip anything else to that creature unless it
yep.
gets removed somehow.
I have
Which,
definitely
yeah,
I have gotten myself in a pickle with that in an equipment deck before. So I
yep,
do not run I do not run lightning greaves in equipment decks for that exact reason.
No, as great of a card as being able to equip for free, it has that downside.
Yep.
This one,
Yep.
does have equip of 1, but it's just better for your deck.
Yep. Yeah, don't get got by lightning greaves if you're playing anything that you care about targeting your commander.
Hmm. And then, so that's one of the main pieces here. And then we've got an Assassin's Creed artifact equipment here, Brotherhood Regalia. This one
This is
is
a good one.
pretty sweet. It says equipped creature has ward 2, is an assassin in addition to its other types, and can't be blocked. You can equip it to a legendary creature for 1. You can equip it to any old schmuck for 3.
Any
So this
old
is very
schmuck.
cool. Yep. We basically just care about the ward 2, or if we don't have any pieces to blink Ratonhnhaké, then the unblockable is pretty cool here. We'll talk a little bit more about the blink stuff a little bit later, just in case you're curious. But yeah, I love this one from Assassin's Creed. We've got another one here, Assassin Gauntlet. This one's a really cool equipment that I like. 2 and a blue. When Assassin Gauntlet enters the battlefield, attach it to up to 1 target creature you control. Tap all creatures target opponent controls.
What? That is
And
really good.
And it has equipped creature gets +1/+1, and has whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, draw a card, then discard a card.
This is an uncommon? Holy
Yep.
crap.
Yeah, very good card. You tap everything down. Again, if you don't have ways of getting that unblockable, if it gets taken away and you can't reset it, great way to be able to get through, or just get through with your other pieces like Desmond or something else like that.
Dude, that's crazy. That's like a one-sided. I mean, this is a game ender. You can you can take somebody out
Absolutely.
very easily with this card.
Yep, 100%. Very cool card. Like I said, I'll be probably still be saying it a lot. Assassin's Creed is a very undervalued set, I think.
Crazy, man.
Next up here is another classic, Skull Clamp. We
Mhm,
run this.
gotta have it.
We run this for specifically if for the assassin tokens that get generated.
Mhm.
We can move them over to them, and they're 1/1s. So we equip for 1, draw 2. It's a very easy way to refill your hand if you need it. Skull Clamp is one of those cards, like every equipment deck probably runs it, so we're gonna run it.
Mhm.
Love it.
Next one here is so good. Sword of Feast and Famine. This is the card I've wanted for so long, and I
That's a
finally
spendy
broke
one,
down.
right?
This is one of the higher value ones for
Yeah,
sure.
dude.
And this one is
Yeah,
the
41
Assassin's
bucks.
Creed etched foil, which I was so excited to
Ooh.
find.
Man,
If you don't know Sword of
that's
Feast and
great.
Famine, it costs 3, gives whatever creature it's equipped to +2/+2 and protection from black and from green. And whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, that player discards a card and you untap all lands you control. So good of an effect. This is one of the most broken swords of the Sword of X and
Mhm.
Y cycle, and we run it because it is just incredibly good.
Yeah, that art is sick too, and the fact that it's that etched foil is great.
Yep, when I saw this come out of the pack, I was very happy.
That's awesome.
All right, next one. Another is a reprint of the Sword of Light and Shadow. Not an etched foil version of Sword of Light and Shadow, but Sword of Light and Shadow.
I love this art too. The art is so
It's
cool.
Yep. This is a flavor of Greek from the Assassin's Creed games. This one gives you +2/+2 and protection from white and from black. And whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, you gain 3 life. You may return up to 1 target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Very rarely does that come into play in this deck because we do only run about 10 creatures or so. But if we do get some
Mhm.
of our cool pieces, into the yard, either by milling them accidentally and not being able to get enough stuff back, this is a good way to start getting those back into hand and take advantage of
For
value.
sure. Yeah, for sure.
And then this is my newest pickup. Out of everything in this deck, I just slotted it in. We've got Leo's Katana, the sword of sinew and steel.
Yeah.
However, this equipment is my antithesis, as this sword gives you +2/+2 and protection from black and from red. Uh, um, this one's pretty neat.
Such a traitor.
I know. But this one's pretty cool. It does give you some removal on a stick. So this one, whenever equipped creature deals combat damage, destroy up to one target planeswalker and up to one target artifact. What could
That's
be
good.
cool about this one is you can stack the triggers if you have anything like Assassin Gauntlet, where it has that enters trigger. You can blow up your own artifact and then resolve the trigger to return an equipment to the graveyard or to the battlefield. Sorry. So you could double up on
Yep.
enters triggers.
Yep.
And then next up, another. This is not an Assassin's Creed equipment, but it's one that I love. The Key to the Vault. This was the bundle, sort of like box topper equipment from Outlaws of Thunder Junction. This one is cool. I don't see a lot of people play it. It's 1 in a blue. It has a equip of 2 in blue, and says whenever a creature deals combat damage to a player, look at that many cards from the top of your library. You may exile a non-land card from among them. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. You may cast the exiled card without paying its mana cost.
Didn't even know this existed. It's another
Nope.
one. Ian, did you know? You didn't. Yeah,
Nope.
yeah, yeah.
Had no idea what this was. I had no idea to the degree that I was like, where is it in the deck list? But it's the Key to the Vault. So, like, that's how little I knew about this card.
You know where I want to put this one is my Jin Sakai deck.
This is really good in
yeah.
Jin
All the
Sakai,
unblockable.
yes.
Really good. Also,
I almost kind of
triggers
considered
on double strike.
yes,
Zach,
double
on this?
strike. Double strike you do because you do you get 2 instances of dealing combat damage.
Okay,
Ooh.
Key to the Vault goes in the buy list. I need one now. Right now.
How much is this card? 81
it's-
cents. This is a
Oh
total.
my
This is
god.
like, and that's for foil too. 81-cent foil.
I have more of these if you guys need some.
Yeah. Save one for me. Save one for me. Right into
You
Jin
got it.
Sakai. For sure.
Clark Kibo says, "Put that away, Leo." He's referring to Leo's very very innocuous tail.
Oh yeah, that tail, man. Look at that tail.
Hopefully, we don't get
All right,
censored for that.
Moving on. Back to Key to the Vault. The Key to the Vault.
Excuse me. Yeah, this is one of my
what a wild
pet
card.
cards.
It's so good. I don't get it.
If you get Connor big enough and to deal combat damage and you don't win the game, you're casting something that's going to win the game. All right.
Man
After
alive.
that one here, Pico Hammer, aka Hammer of Nazan. Another mainstay for equipment decks. This one says whenever it or another equipment you control enters, you may attach that equipment to target creature you control. So this is a way that we like to get some sneaky equips onto Connor without having to pay. We don't like to pay taxes. And it also just happens to give your equipped creature +2 and indestructible if hexproof and unblockable wasn't enough.
Yeah, this is like Sigarda's Aid on a stick. It's except for the flash aspect, but it's because it all your equipment now can just go straight onto that creature. It's awesome.
What's really cool about Connor's ability is that the enters trigger, it does in fact attach to the assassin token you make. However, you do get that reflexive trigger to then move it over to Connor if you want.
Okay. Yeah, that's rad.
After this one, we've got another auto attacher here, Hidden Blade from Assassin's Creed. This one costs 2. This one has flash, and when it enters the battlefield, attach it to target creature you control. If that creature is an assassin, it gains Death Touch until end of turn. It also gives equipped creature +1/+0 and first strike.
Yeah, dude. So good. First strike Death Touch is like my favorite mechanic. I'm
It's
such
so
a
good.
sucker for it.
It will ruin someone's day for sure. After this one here, this is, I believe, one of the other Assassin's Creeds, Phantom Blade. No flash, but it's a little bit on the expensive side, but it's 4 and a black. When it enters, attach the tub to one target creature you control, destroy up to one other target creature, and it gives your creature +1/+1 and menace. So very neat
Okay,
little
that's
effect
cool.
there. The next one here, I like this one a lot. Rocket powered Goblin Glider from Spider-Man. I know that Hunter just clicked away as soon as I muttered those words, but that's okay. When this equipment enters, if it was cast from your graveyard, attach it to a target creature you control. That creature is going to get +2/+0, flying, and haste. It has equip 2, but it has mayhem 2. So this is one of the equipments that where if we loot it away, we don't want to return it with Connor's ability. We want to cast it from the graveyard, since we
with a
do
mayhem.
get that ability of the auto equip.
That's
Yeah.
super cool.
Yep, this was one of those cards that it's silly. Rocket powered Goblin Glider. I love it.
Yeah, of course.
Hunter says, "I assume that he has any faith left in me to lose." That's true enough. All right, next up here, this is a scary one. Helm of the Host. You gotta have it.
Hate it.
You gotta
Ugh.
have it.
I hate Helm of the Host, man.
What's
Man, oh
better
man.
than one, equipment resurrector? 2, or maybe 3, maybe 4.
Mhm. Yeah, exactly.
Very neat.
You don't even
Won't talk
need
too
to
much about
attack
it.
with it.
You
You
don't.
oh my god, I just hate it so much.
Oh, this is an insanely broken card. It it's so abusable in so many different ways. We talked about it last week in Jared's deck tech, so I won't
Yep.
go too much into it, but it's very good. Next up here, as we alluded to, Excalibur, Sword of Eden. Uh, Speaking of broken equipments, man, this one is so good.
Yep, I have this in my cloud deck.
This one was, I think, about $2 or $3 for a while. And
Oh
then,
my god, I think I paid $10 or $11 for it.
do you know what card? Do you want to guess what card made this spike up? I can tell you exactly what it was, because I had like 4 of these and I sold off a bunch.
Was it cloud?
It was not. It was Captain America.
Oh yeah, yeah, that makes sense. That
Oh,
tracks.
that's right.
That tracks.
'Cause you can just sling it for 12 damage or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'll do it.
But Excalibur, we've got it on screen there, but it costs 12. That's intimidating. But it costs X less to cast, where X is the total mana value of historic permanents you control. Historic
Yep.
permanents are anything that is legendary. It is your artifacts. I believe it's sagas
Sagas?
are
Yep.
sagas are historic.
Yep.
Um, I don't think I've ever personally paid more than 2 mana if I've ever had to pay for it.
Yeah. Well, and then you also have like Stoneforge Mystic, for example,
Mhm.
that you can cheat it out for 2. Um,
Yep.
yeah,
Lots of ways
that
to get
card's
these things out
crazy.
cheap.
It's
Very
amazing
good.
that I think it's the only equipment I've seen that you can only hook it up to legendary creatures.
Well, you can only pay to equip it to a legendary creature, but the ability from the commander would allow you to bring it back from the graveyard and attach it to the 1/1 with menace.
Sure.
Yep.
But like in terms of equip costs, it's like
Yeah.
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 legendary or bust. Yeah.
If
Correct.
you don't
Yeah.
have a
There's
way
no
of
other.
there are cards that give you some like alternative equip costs, which work.
Yep.
We don't run a whole lot of them, but we do run a couple. So those are some ways that you can do it. But yeah, this one, I mean, it makes sense. It's Excalibur, you know.
Yeah. Of
Um,
course.
Next one up here is, I don't know how to pronounce this, so I always just say Caduceus. It might just be Caduceus or something. I have no idea.
Caduceus.
Staff of Hermes. It's 2 and a white. equipped creature gets lifelink, and it has that ever broken line of text. As long as you have 30 or more life, equipped creature gets +5/+5 and has indestructible and prevent all damage that would be dealt to this creature. I don't know why that would need to be there if it's indestructible, but it works.
So
Well, you know that. Go ahead, Ian.
I have played against Captain America with this on it, and it was absolute filth. Just the
Oh yeah.
worst representation of this country that has ever existed. I was so upset about it. Because he was just like, not only did he have this on, but then he would fling anything else attached to him and gain that life every single time. It was just
Mhm.
absolutely horrific.
Oh, it shuts down. Oh, okay. Hunter says it shuts down other lifelink abilities. So like of things they're attacking. Okay. That makes sense. Fair enough.
Yeah, dude, yuck.
This other one is I don't know. I don't know if people know a lot about this card. I don't see it a lot. A tier and pre-win.
That's so good.
This is
So
from
good.
Final Fantasy. It costs 6 and equip cost of 5. Equipped creature has base power and toughness XX, where X is your life total.
Absolutely disgusting.
If you can equip this early game, there's a way that you can do have this equipped on turn 4 and have a like 40/40 at least commander. You
With
can easily
hexproof
do
and
that on turn 4
unblockable.
and yeah, on turn 4, turn 5,
Terrible.
etc.
Terrible. Terrible.
Yeah, I'm thinking about this for Cloud too.
Very good.
Yo, imagine this, right? You like turn 1, you play a surveil land and you get this into your yard, and then
Yeah.
your first swing out
Oh,
with Connor brings this back onto a
oh,
1/1 with menace. Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
oh,
yeah,
no.
a lot of times you don't even need it to be on the commander because you can get it like you said, yeah, you get a 41/41 with menace if you haven't been hit.
Oh. Or God forbid you fling something at somebody's face too. Like oh,
Yeah.
Jesus.
jeez.
All right.
Yuck.
So
Yucky.
that's pretty much it for a lot of our equipments here. So we do have a couple more left before we are mostly finished here. We are pretty much there. But those are a lot of the equipments, the setup to the deck. Now assembly and reset. As I've alluded to, Hunter's ability only really works once as an object. So you need to get ways to reset that. And if you were paying attention to the equip costs of a lot of those things, it can get expensive. So we run stuff like this one, another mainstay, Pure Steel Paladin.
Such a good
Whenever
one.
this one, double white, whenever an equipment enters the battlefield under your control, you may draw a card. It has Metalcraft, so equipment you control have equipped 0 as long as you control 3 or more artifacts. So this is another
Yep.
one of those ways, Jared, where you can equip Excalibur to non-legendaries.
Yep. Great card. Pretty much in every white running equipment deck. So good.
And then another one we've got here. We do run Sigarda's Aid. This is another pickup that I got from
To.
Hunter here.
Got to, dude.
It's necessary. You gotta have it.
Sigarda's Aid is so good, man. This card used to be like, I got a playset of this for like $2 when it first came out because no one like really cared about it. But dude, it is just a freaking truck, man. It does so much work.
You know what? I
So
don't
much
think I
value
have
for
this
1
in my
mana.
Cloud deck. I probably
Dude,
need to throw that in there.
you
What am
gotta
I
have
doing?
one of these in
What am I
Cloud, dude.
doing?
Any equipment deck. Actually, any equipment deck or aura deck. I have it in
Yeah.
Ariette, man. And I mean, the fact that you can cast auras at instant speed for, putting this down for 1 mana is just, dude, so good.
Mm-hmm.
And I have
I know
So
that
this
if
is
only you had
Eldritch
white
Moon,
mana for
right?
the Curses deck.
Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. This is Eldritch Moon, right? Is that the
Yeah.
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 Yeah,
Eldritch
I
Moon.
have one.
Yeah.
I have one
Yep.
sitting in my Eldritch Moon box right now. $30 card. Holy moly!
And
Yeah,
this
I mean
one, yeah,
this is shown as the foil version, but I think the non-foil is I don't know, probably $10.
then there's
16,
a lot
yeah,
of different
16 to
printings of
be.
it too.
Mm.
I think there is even, correct me if I'm wrong,
Oh
I
yeah,
think
they
that there's
did.
a version of this that is Final Fantasy.
No, there's the
No,
Angels. It
Captain
was in the
America.
Yeah, there's the Captain America one, and then there's also I think it was in the Angels or Cooler Than Us secret layer.
Yeah. Yep, you're right. Yeah,
Yeah,
mainstay.
great, amazing
Um,
card.
moving on here, we've got Forge Anew. This one is an enchantment
Another
from
good
Lord
one.
of the Rings.
Yep,
This one, when it enters, return target equipment card from your graveyard to the battlefield. And then, as long as it's your turn, you may activate equip abilities anytime you could cast an instant. And you may pay
that
0
is
rather than pay the equip cost of the first equip ability you activate during each of your turns.
equipping at instant speed. I can't remember how many, but there's only two cards that come to my mind that do that. It's this one, and there's this like cat warrior from like Mirrodin or something that also has it.
Ooh,
But
okay.
it is not a common effect. Let me see if it's one of the O tag. Uh maybe under synergy equipment, and then I think it might be like type cat. Um uh, yeah, but there's the equipping it at instant speed is not a common ability.
Hmm.
This
Yeah,
with a
very,
legendary
very
is
few ways
just
to do it.
game over for the whole board. It's basically Shroud for the whole board.
Yeah, for sure. Um,
Yeah, it's good.
and then the next up here, another one I just picked up, Halvar, God of Battle. This one is so
Hmm.
synergistic with this deck. Uh, well, it says creatures you control that are enchanted or equipped have double strike. So there's that double strike we were bringing up. And then at the beginning of each combat, you may attach target aura or equipment attached to a creature you control to target creature you control. So this is another way that we get to return an equipment from the graveyard to the battlefield. Where does that go? Onto a creature we control. Where can that go as soon as your opponent starts to attack the next turn? Right onto your commander.
Nice.
Yeah. And also, I will say that I think this card I run Halvar in a different deck, but I actually run it for the other side, which is the Sword
Mhm.
of the Realms.
Let me flip it
And
here as well.
Sword of the Realms is equipped creature gets +2/+0 and has vigilance, and when it dies, you return the creature to its owner's hand.
Yep.
Um, so I have used this. I think I use this side more on my Frodo deck because I'll just it you know if someone does manage to take Frodo out, I'll bring him back to my hand and cast him for without commander tax.
I
Yep.
know this
Yeah,
is
it
a
definitely
pricey
gives you
card,
the.
but I'm gonna have to get one of these just for the sword part for the new deck I'm brewing. That I don't want to talk too much about on the show, but it'll be good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah, I do really like the Kaldheim cycle, the double face
Hmm.
gods, Bergie,
Yep.
uh, Turgrid. Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, Helvar's great. I'm glad I picked him up when this set. There's a few Kaldheim cards that I'm glad I actually pre-ordered, even though I lost so much money on that set from pre-ordering.
Hmm.
But I bought four of these, and I think when it was on pre-order, they were under $10. So I got a play set of them.
Yeah, I mean these go for what, like $30 now, something like that, right?
Yeah, $30,
Yeah.
$30 a pop.
Super cool.
Hunter says, Jared, it sounds like you just want to steal Zachary's deck. I'm
I
gonna be careful
know,
about it
man.
next time I play it around you.
No lies, man. No lies. I'm in.
Um, all right, so next card here we've got Eowyn, Lady of Rohan, another Lord of the Rings
Mm,
one. This one's really cool. 2 and a
yeah,
white legendary
I like
creature,
it.
human noble. At the beginning of combat on your turn, target creature gains your choice of first strike or vigilance until end of turn. If that creature is equipped, it gains first strike and vigilance until end of turn instead. It also makes your
Mhm.
equip abilities cost 1 less to activate.
It's great.
So cool
It's really
cost
good.
reducer as well as a keyword giver.
Yep. Yep. Cheese and Frodo.
Makes sense.
That's for sure. It's a great card in
We've
Frodo.
also got, this is another really cool Assassin's Creed card. This is the common 1 and a white battlefield improvisation. Target creature gets +2/+2 until end of
Oh
turn.
man.
If that
Yeah, this
creature is
card's
attacking, you may attach any number of equipment you control to it.
it's so good. So good.
This this is such a crazy card. If you just get your equipment and then you just swing in, your opponent sees, okay, it's not equipped. I'm just getting hit for 3. No, you're not. You're probably
hmm
getting taken out of this game.
Yep. Yep. This is yeah, and I'm sorry, when I said that there's not a lot of things that equip at instant speed, I meant like things that stick on the board,
Yeah.
that just give that ability permanently. There are quite a few cards that like this that are at instant speed, and these are the kind of combat tricks that I love to do all day. Is like, oh yeah, you don't
Yes.
want to block? Cool. Here you go. Here's 17 damage now coming at you instead of 3.
Well, Ian, I
It's
don't like
great.
what you just said here. You're giving my opponent the choice of blocking. I'm not doing
That's
that.
true. That's true. Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, and when you can't when he can't be blocked, he's also got hexproof at the same
hmm
time. So it's just so like,
Devastating blow.
dude, you
Yep.
just gotta. Yeah, it's really good.
He's crazy. Next one up here, another pickup from a trade with Hunter. Vault 101 Birthday Party. This one is a saga. It's got 3 chapters. Chapter 1, whatever. You make a 1/1 soldier and a food token. Okay, I don't care. Chapters 2 and chapters 3, you may put an aura or equipment card from your hand or graveyard onto the battlefield. If an equipment is put onto the battlefield this way, you may attach it to a creature you control. So you get 2 instances of that. Whether it's in your graveyard or your hand, you get to auto equip something. It's so
This
good.
this is only a quarter, by the way. This is only 26
Mhm.
cents.
Yeah,
Amazing.
I think this must have been, I'm sure it was probably in the, if I had to guess, probably the dog meat precon.
No,
Yeah,
this.
I think
Oh
no,
yeah, no, you're right. No,
it
it
is.
is.
I think it is.
Ah, man,
Dog
now I
meets
don't know.
Naya.
Dog
Yeah.
meat's
It is
Naya,
it
yeah.
is it is Naya, but is this the I thought that the
Fallout was
Pip-Boy
mostly just
symbol was
precons,
the
right?
You're right. No, you're right. It was from the Naya Precon.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
uh, the fact it's only a quarter is kind of astounding to me.
Yeah.
This one could I feel this is a speculative buy.
I mean,
I
that's the
I
thing is
mean
that
it
I wanted to talk about is like with a lot of these cards are Universes Beyond. Universes Beyond properties traditionally have a lot of like, iconic weapons, iconic, abilities. The best way to translate that in Magic, I think, is with auras and equipments. So as Universes Beyond continues to be ever popular and ever growing, we're seeing more than half the sets this year be Universes Beyond, and
Yep.
the amount of different equipments you're going to be getting to slot in is going to make competition for these decks really big, and cards like this very powerful.
yeah. Yep.
Yep. I think that's a really good point, Zach. Like truly, like in terms of speculation, this feels like it could be a $10 card. One card comes out and it could be a $10 card.
Yep, for sure. That's pretty much that for a lot of like the cost reducer sections here. So now we're going to start getting into sort of protection when you don't have the abilities that you do. Another pick up from Hunter, Mithril Coat. I've been after this card for a while.
It's so
This is
good.
good. I mean, this is good in any deck, but it's good in an equipment deck.
hmm
It costs 3. It has flash. It has indestructible. When it enters the battlefield, attach it to target legendary creature you control. That equipped creature also has indestructible. Very flavorful for Lord of the Rings.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. It's worth its weight. That's
Worth its weight in mithril. Yep.
it.
It's great.
Which is very light, as they say.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Next up here, a Final Fantasy card that I love and I try to put in every white deck that I run. Restoration Magic. This card costs 1 white mana, but it has tiered. So for Cure, which is just 0, target permanent gains hexproof and indestructible until end of turn. That's just for 1 mana total. For 2 total mana, 1 extra than the from the white pip. Target permanent gains hexproof and indestructible until end of turn. You gain 3 life. You paid 1 extra mana for the privilege. The last mode, uh, for 3 and a white extra, so 3 generic and 2 white mana, all permanents you control gain hexproof and indestructible until end of turn. You gain 6 life.
I did not know this existed.
Me either.
Mhm.
I'm reading it again as you're saying it. I love this card.
I know
It's
that
It's not asking you for a lot.
our
no.
Discord peeps bought a ton of Final Fantasy. So if anyone is listening and has a couple of these available, just sitting around from all the Chocobo boxes you bought, just hit me up.
I mean, it's likely that Jared probably has some that he just threw out in his bulk
Throughout.
piles because it's an
Yeah.
uncommon.
Yeah, there's a high chance Jared has a whole playset of these sitting somewhere.
There's a chance he has a whole box of them and he just doesn't know about it.
It's 17, guys. I keep track, okay? I'm a collection tracker guy, okay?
Okay.
A
on,
Okay.
lot
on
of collection
with constant
tracking.
dash lists, you are.
Yeah, buddy. 17.
All right. Next up here, Celestial Armor. It's an equipment from Foundations. I love the art on this card. It's gorgeous. This one costs 2 and a white. It has flash, and when it enters, attached to target creature, that creature gains hexproof and indestructible until end of turn. Also gets you that +2/+0 and flying.
That's really good.
Mm-hmm. This is another, I think, a relatively like cheap card, right? It's less than $1.
71 cents, dude. I can't
Yeah,
believe that. That's so
so
good.
good.
Man, I'm like writing down stuff. Actually, let me add this to my wish list.
There you go.
Hey,
Live
Hold
demos.
on. Let me get Restoration Magic in there too.
yeah, build
Boom.
me a shopping cart while you're at it, okay? Put that shield in there.
Dude, you got your own account, man. Come on. Get back.
All right. Next up here, we're
Mm.
getting into the blink because we have to reset Connor's ability. So we've got Conjurer's Closet. It's a main.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's so good. We talked about it last week again in Deadpool. You blink creature at the beginning of each of your end steps. This is a great way to reset that ability.
Yeah, we got to start
Uh,
keeping track of the shared cards that aren't obvious.
mhm.
Conjurer's Closet is broken, and so is Helm of the Host, but like, it's interesting to see the crossover between decks.
Yeah, for sure. And then, like, there's so many variety, like various ways to use it. With Deadpool, you want to trigger that ability. I just want to reset mine. So
Yeah.
Yep,
it's so cool
Yep.
the different ways you can use blink.
totally.
Yep.
Next up here, we've got Ghostly Flicker. This one's a cool one, 2 and a blue instant. Exile 2 target artifacts, creatures, and or lands you control. Then return those cards to the battlefield under your control. So many different ways that you could flavor this. If you have like Hammer of Nazan out, or any of like the auto equippers, you can exile your commander and that artifact to go ahead and get the auto equip or whatever enters triggers you have. You can also do a land if you
Mhm.
want to surveil one again. So again, a lot of different ways you can
Mm.
flavor this.
Yeah, and if you had like Pure Steel Paladin out, um
Mhm.
that would draw you another card.
It could draw you another 2 cards.
Mhm.
If you
Yep.
have like a Talon Gates of Madara, you could use this with that and phase out 2 creatures.
Oh, dude, hell yeah. That's cool. Yeah.
Lots of different use cases.
Mhm. Mhm.
Um, and then the next one here, another mainstay, another duplicate, Sword of Hearth and Home. This is the last Sword of X and Y that we run because it's the best one for this deck, hands down.
Best art
Plus
too. I
two,
love this art.
so good. I do wish I could grab the Lord of the Rings version just because I'm a sucker. But this one has protection from green and from white, and whenever a equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, exile to one target creature control, then search your library for a basic land card, put both of them on the battlefield under your control, then shuffle. We talked about it again last week. Another overlapper card there. Very good in this deck
And
specifically.
I actually I think it's Feast and Famine that gets the crown most times, but this is my favorite of the
This
sort.
one was not really. It was slept on, I think, for a while, and then people realized how good it was, and now it's
Yeah,
definitely, I'd say, at the price that it should be at. But it was really cheap for a lot longer than I thought. I picked it up when it was cheaper,
for
because I
sure.
was like, oh yeah, because this one came out with uh Sinew and Steel. They were like
Okay.
the last two color pairs that hadn't been released. So they both came out with Modern Horizons 3, I think is what this set was. Yeah, no,
That
Modern
sounds right.
Horizons 2.
Modern
Modern
Horizons 2.
Horizons
Yeah.
2. But yeah, they were kind of the last holdouts of the color pairs that came out.
Yeah. I love this one a lot. Um, all right. And then this one here, we've got Parting Gust. This one, you could use it one of two ways. It has the line gift a tapped fish. We're probably not using that unless we're doing a specific way. What it says is exile target non-token creature. If the gift was promised, return that creature, or if the gift was not promised, sorry, return that creature to the battlefield under its owner's control with a +1/+1 counter on it at the beginning of the next end step. So you can either use this to blink your creature and with a +1/+1 counter on it when it comes back, or you can use this to exile a problem piece. Uh,
Hmm.
you do have to give them a 1/1 tapped blue fish, but that's a small price to pay for getting rid of it forever.
Yep. Yeah. I do like this card. Um this is one of those kind of, I think, sleepers from
hmm
Bloomborough.
Another
Um
uncommon from Bloomborough. I have a bunch of these.
yeah, it's good. The
And then
downside
we
is not bad. The
no,
one
it's
one
not.
Mana
fish
cost
is
is
no
a
big
little
deal.
tricky. The mana cost is a little tricky.
It is a little. It's double white, so it can be hard to pay off. But we do run a lot of dual lands in this deck. I won't go super far into the lands. I'll talk about some of the utility lands that I run. But we do run a lot of the dual lands to make the colors a little bit easier. And then we've got Gossip's Talent, another piece here that has dual purpose. So this is a class from Bloomborough. Uh, Level 1 is whenever a creature you control enters, surveil one.
Mm,
Very good with our commander who's pumping out 1/1 assassins pretty much every turn. You're surveilling one almost every turn. Level 2, whenever you attack, target attacking creature with power 3 or less can't be blocked. And level 4, whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, you may exile it, then return it to the battlefield under its owner's control.
gross. I
Very
see what you're
good in
doing
this
here, and
deck.
I don't like it. Yep.
This is one of those cards that, like, it's not an equipment, but why would you not put this into this deck? It fits so perfectly. The surveil,
Hmm.
the unblockable,
Hmm.
because you can, if you can equip at instant speed, you can make him make whatever unblockable as long as it's under 3 power, and then you can pump it as much as you want, and it still can't be blocked.
Ugh.
This is a fun card.
Yep, I love the classes.
I like the
Next
Blueborough
one.
classes a
Oh,
lot, by the way. Like they're just all
yes.
really interesting. Yep.
Yep, for sure. Uh, Next one here, Getaway Glamour is the spree card from Outlaws of Thunder Junction. It's a 1 mana white, and then you can choose one or more additional costs. For 1 mana, exile target non-token creature, return to the battlefield under its owner's control at the beginning of the next end step, so you can save yourself from a board wipe. And also for 2 generic mana, you can also destroy target creature if no other creature has greater power. So that one's a bit more on the narrow side. So a lot of times we're just using the first mode, but it is very cool to be able to pull off both at the same time.
Yeah, this is cool. Another one I didn't know existed. I like the spree card. I think it's a cool mechanic.
Spree is awesome. I hope it comes back at some point because the different ways that you can play around it are very cool.
Yep.
Next one is an Assassin's Creed card, Escape Detection. It has a cost of 1 and 2 blue. It's an instant. However, it has an alternative cost of free running. So free running is the set mechanic from Assassin's Creed. You may cast a spell with free running for its free running cost if you dealt combat damage to a player this turn with an assassin or a commander. And this free running cost is return a blue creature you control to its owner's hand. So you can return Connor to your hand and cast him for no command attacks. And then the actual ability, if that wasn't enough, return target creature to its owner's hand. Draw a card.
Jeez Louise. It's really good. That's cool.
It's got it all.
Another free running cost here is Eagle Vision. Normally it costs 4 and a blue, but the free running cost is 1 and a blue. Draw 3 cards. Just very easy, very simple. A lot of times it's just 2 mana, draw 3.
It's great.
And what I like about the free running is you can just play it in any commander deck because it doesn't have to be an assassin. They did add that line of or commander.
Yeah. Yeah, it is nice.
I need to look at some of my utility spells in my Jin Sakai again and see if there's free running versions that are just a little bit cleaner to cast.
There are a lot of really cool ones. There's a reanimation spell, restart sequence, I think it's called. It's really cool. I used to run that in a lot of decks. I've toned it down just a little bit on the reanimation side of things, but it's very cool.
Yeah.
Then we got just some targeted removal here. Swords to Plowshares, very easy staple to put in. Exile target creature, gains life equal to power. I started using these a lot on my stuff. I don't use it on other people's stuff a lot.
Yep.
Especially what's the other one? Path to Exile. Use that as a 1 mana ramp spell.
Yep. Yeah, especially if you're making tokens.
Yep.
It's like
easy way to sell that. I don't run that one in the deck, but it is a cool way to ramp.
Yeah.
Then we've got Dispatch. It's 1 mana, tap target creature.
Love Dispatch.
Dispatch is one of my favorite cards in this deck. I have won games because of this card specifically. If you don't know, Dispatch is 1 white mana, tap target creature. If you have Metalcraft, if you control 3 or more artifacts, exile that creature. Very good. This will remove a potential blocker. If you have trample or anything, you will take that person out.
Yep.
I've taken out friend of the channel, Cheech Maximus, with this card.
Yep.
Very happy about that.
Yeah, it's good.
Next up here for some removal, Lethal Scheme. This one's from Fallout as well, but I believe it was a reprint.
This was originally from I want to say Streets of New Capenna Commander or something. It was like this card's real good. New
I like this one
Commander
a lot.
was the first. I love this card.
2 double black. It's an instant with Convoke. Destroy target creature or planeswalker, and each creature that convoked Lethal Scheme connives. Conniving is draw a card, then discard a card. If you discard a non-land, put a +1/+1 counter on that creature. So this is also another way of, it's dual purpose. We remove something and we get some stuff in the graveyard.
Yep. Yeah. This is, I've put this in a lot of decks, or put it on lists for a lot of decks because it's just objectively better single target removal in a lot of decks because if you even convoke 1 creature into it, you're getting to draw or make that creature bigger potentially. And in some decks, I mean, you could pay that, you could cast this for free, draw 4,
Yep.
discard 4, and also maybe make some of those things you just convoked, +1/+1. It's really good.
Laughing Jasper loves to connive.
Yeah, and it targets planeswalkers, which is not nothing. That is
Yeah,
actually very meaningful.
very cool. Very a line of text that you don't like a lot of times think of, but you want your
Yep.
removal to target planeswalkers.
And it's 28 cents. Like, run this in any deck as single target removal, and it will probably surprise you at what you get out of it.
Yep. Always, I mean, that's just my recommendation as a whole is look at cards that do the same thing with just a little bit of extra utility. Maybe it costs a little
Hmm.
bit more mana, but I honestly think that you're better off playing, the anti-staple cards versus
Yep.
just the pure staples, because there's
Yep.
so much upside.
Yeah. 100%. I was thinking of putting this in Necrobloom because I can convoke all those zombies I'm making and
Hmm.
plants that I'm making, and
Very good use case.
that could fill my yard. I need to remember to do that after maybe tonight.
Um, this next one in here, uh, I didn't know about this card for a long time until the very first conversation that I ever had with Jared, actually. So I put this in you.
What?
I put this in here for you, baby.
Okay, I'm ready.
Royal
It's a goblin.
Assassin.
Oh, my boy.
There it
Yep.
Yep.
is.
This one just also happened to be the card you get with the Assassin's Creed bundle. So it's a cool like special art you only get there. This one is Ezio. Is Royal Assassin, 1 double black, tap, destroy target tapped creature. I don't think I've I don't think I've used it too much, but when I have, it's meaningful and I just like having this card in the deck. It just a lot of cards I will have in decks just because I do like stories and memories attached to them. And this one it reminds me of my good pal Jared.
Oh, you're so kind. I do. I love this card. I guess back when I really played with this card the most, it was like a little bit more powerful. Like,
Hmm.
Avatar of Woe, Vasara the Dreadful, and Royal Assassin were my 3 tap killers that I loved.
Yeah,
Uh, and this one was just cheap with a pretty negligible clause that you have to overcome, in that the creature has to be tapped. So good, so fun.
very cool. Been around since the beginning.
Yeah, well, and it pressures your opponents to attack you or not, because if they have to tap their creature, you can kill that creature before it does combat damage.
Yeah.
So you put a little pressure on them to decide what they do. It's
For
cool.
sure. All right. I believe we've got 4 more cards. So those are all of our single target removal here in the main set, and then I'll go over some of like the utility lands that I've got. But yeah, we've got some board wipes now. We've got Austere Command because I will never play Farewell no
Right?
matter how much you pay me.
You just got to resolve it once, dude, and then you'll be sold. Promise.
You'll love it. You'll love the way you look
Promise.
with Farewell. I
It
guarantee it.
feels great.
I feel sick to my stomach the fact you're even telling me this. Uh, this one is the fair version of Farewell. 4 double white, choose 2, destroy all artifacts, destroy all enchantments, destroy all creatures with mana value 3 or less, or destroy all creatures with mana value 4 or greater. Um, just versatility.
It's good. It's good.
Yeah, solid card. Next up here, a card that I know Ian likes because we've talked about it. Damn.
It's a
Oh, dude.
goblin. Oh,
No. No, man. This is like one of my favorite. I just love this card, man. You
Yeah.
can play it for 2 black, and it's good spot removal. They can't be regenerated. That's not super relevant, but it is when it matters. But the
Hmm.
overload for Wrath of God it's just chef's kiss. I just love it. The flavor is awesome. The art is so sick. It's great.
Yeah, I love this card a lot. I I mean that's just the theme I think you'll get from this deck is I just really like cards that are versatile.
Yeah. Yeah. I love overload as a mechanic, and I I especially love it when I love any mechanic when they do something creative like this, where they flex into that two color situation, and it stays on flavor with what those colors would do in their
Yeah.
respective effect. It's really cool.
I want to see Cleave come back as a mechanic.
I was just gonna say
Yeah,
Cleave is the other
yeah.
one I love. I'm so glad we were on the same train of thought.
Cleave is great. I like Dig Up. Dig Up is a really cool card.
Hmm. All right. Two more cards. Two more cards. All right. Last board wipe we've got here is from Assassin's Creed. What must be done? This one's a little hard to maybe justify here for both the mana cost and one of the abilities, but it's 3 and double white. You choose one. Either let the world burn, destroy all artifacts and creatures, or release Juno. Return target historic permanent card from your graveyard to the battlefield and enters with 2 additional +1/+1 counters on it if it's a creature.
Hmm.
So
Okay.
most of the time, if we do
I
cast this, it probably is the second mode, but I have used the first mode.
Yeah,
It's
I
cool.
mean, I like a reanimate slash board wipe. Like those are two very different effects. So I like
Hmm.
the versatility of this quite a bit. And in white, typically, the small number of reanimate cards in white costs 4, so this is one
Hmm.
extra. And you've got a bit
Hmm.
of a clause to work around. But yeah, I like this. I'm in for this.
Yeah,
I mean, this
it's
can
cool.
return your commander to the battlefield with 2 +1/+1 counters on it after a board wipe or removal. If you
Yeah,
got the mana for it, it's a bit expensive, but yeah, I like this card.
yeah, it's cool. Yeah, it's good. I like it.
And then earlier, Jared was asking me how I plan to win with this deck. Like I said, you can slow roll it. You can put a bunch of equipments on to make your commander super unblockable, super big, and take out person by person. Or you can go the easy route. You can play Ramsey's Assassin Lord. Ramsey's
There he
Assassin
is.
Lord, 2 and Demir. He's a death touch. Other assassins you control get +1/+1. And whenever a player loses the game, if they were attacked this turn by an assassin you controlled, you win the game.
Oh, that's a fun one. Super, super fun. I feel like does Cheech play this card in one of his decks too? Maybe.
I believe so. Yeah, Cheech has an Ezio deck,
Yeah,
and I
yeah,
believe
yeah,
he
yeah.
runs this card in there. Yeah.
I recognize it. Yeah.
Yep. Very cool card. I run it just it's very flavorful, and if you do get this out, you can just win by taking out one person. So pretty neat.
Yeah, because I just to call it out, if they were attacked this turn, like that assassin actually doesn't technically need to connect. They only need
Nope.
to attack, which is very unique and also pretty cool.
Yeah, I like that clause because there's so many different ways that you could just lose. Say somebody, I don't know. Uh, I guess a pact spell wouldn't work, but if you have like infect or something, you could do it that way because you don't have to connect or something. I don't know. I'm trying to
Mm,
think of other ways that would maybe be plausible. There are lots of
yeah,
ways, but yeah,
yeah,
very cool.
yeah.
I don't think I've heard of anybody building this as the commander, and I've now I'm sort of in thinking mode here. It's a weird Demir commander too. Very
Mhm.
different.
Yeah,
I mean, you could go
yeah.
like just assassin tribal, or you can just put in some of those like uh any creature that does say like you win the game or target player loses the game, something like that, and play like the enchantments that make things all creature types.
Hmm.
Or Brotherhood
Changelings.
Regalia make something an
Hmm.
assassin, changelings, like you said.
Hmm.
Yep. Cool
Dude,
versatility and ways that you can build
win
that.
with Mutavault, man. That's what's up.
There you
Yep.
go.
Phage the
Um
Untouchable and a Mutavault. There you go.
Actually, does it say? Yeah, whenever a player loses the game, if they were attacked this turn by an assassin. Oh, if they were attacked this turn by assassin, you can't lose it yourself. I was trying to think of a loophole there. I just put out my 4 mana rocks here: Arcane Signet and the 3 talismans. Pretty simple. We want most of our artifacts to be usable as equipments. but ramp is always helpful. And then I've just got 3 more just utility lands. I guess it's a utility land, but I run Bajuka Bog just because you should. A lot of
Hmm.
people I think are starting to run this a little bit less. I can't state how important Graveyard Hate is. If more people played Graveyard Hate, this deck would not function as well as it does.
True story.
That's like my gate deck.
Yep. And then we run Brotherhood Headquarters, just the tribal sort of land from the set of Assassin's Creed. It taps for a colorless or taps for 1 mana of any color. Spend only to cast an assassin spell or a spell that has free running or to activate an ability of an assassin source. Um, so
Yeah, it's cool.
yeah, it only fits in like the Assassin's Creed type decks, but very cool. Just mana fixing there. And then last piece, Gaia Reach Sanitarium. Very cool
Hmm.
for putting things into the graveyard. Um,
It's great.
Taps for colorless, or you can pay 2 tap, and each player will draw a card and then discard a card.
Yeah, it's a great card.
That's
Really
a
Yeah,
cool
good.
that
one.
is pretty much it. We've just got our other land package here. Like I said, a lot of fixing for our lands, so I won't go too much into them. I do run all of the shock lands, a couple of the fetch lands, and a good number of basics here as well. Um,
Hmm.
but yeah, uh, I like this deck a lot. Like I said, if I had to pick 2 decks in my arsenal that I played for the rest of my career, it would be Rakdos and it would be Ratonhnhaké.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude. It's really good. I've played it once, and it was a long time ago. I think you just built it, or it was in its earlier stages. So it's again, just I'm always impressed to see how the decisions that you've made with your decks and stuff. Like I'm still, it's funny because I don't know if you saw, but I went through and actually added "Don't Make a Sound" to my wish list while we were talking. Because I still, man, like just such smart deck teching. I just was really really impressed.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I
same.
put a
And
lot
I
of
I
work
love
into it.
seeing I love seeing Zach. Like Zach and I are always trying to out Rakdos each other, and it is always interesting to see like the non Rakdos stuff that we both play, I suppose.
Hmm.
And again, to your point, like the sort of ingenuity of this deck and how you kind of put it together. I love it, man. So great. And I think this is probably the winner of all decks that, between Ian and I, we're like, oh, I want one of these, I want of these. We're basically shopping the list, man.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. I
I
wish listed probably 3 or 4 things as we went through that.
I mean, I love that more than anything. I really just like getting to be able to talk about these cards and like just like the stuff that you guys find interesting just made me really happy because those are like specific choices that I made for the deck that I like to
Hmm.
see. I don't know, like it feels good to like show that like you got what it takes.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, it's cool, man. There's just so much cool stuff you can do with this game. Um, well, yeah, it is. Holy smokes, look at that. Time flies when you're
Stoked.
having fun and learning about Zach's decks. We gotta wrap up.
Alrighty.
Jared, again, like Zach, thank you for doing this. I mean, I'm just always impressed with your deck teching and your deck building skills. So crazy to think that you'd never guess that you just started playing a couple years ago, but you are
I
like
know.
all in and just kicking butt with your decks, which is awesome. Um, Jared, is there anything? Do you want to take us home? Do you want me to take us home? What do you want to do?
You
You
got
look
this,
so.
man. You're on a roll.
Okay.
Take us into the sunset. Hold my hand. Quit
Let's
quit
do it.
swatting my hand away.
Take. Let's go together into the sunset. Let's cast farewell together for the night. Yeah. So
And with
thanks
that, I'm
everybody
out of
for
here.
thanks everybody for joining. Another great night. It was again just an honor to be able to hang out for a couple hours and talk about our game, our favorite game, and Get to see some cars we didn't know existed again from Zach. Talk about the site, share some cool new updates, talk about our awesome stream. Again, thanks Ash for joining us for that stream, or for that game that we were able to then stream last night. Give Ash a follow. Lived in library and or Girls Who Gather, or both ideally. And she's on all the major social media platforms, so check her out. There's our hexing squelcher. Zach's got it ready for Jared right there. He's just got to go and get it. So I think that's an
Ooh.
invite. And yeah, thanks everybody for coming. Another super fun night. And we hope to see you all join us next week. And again, programming is changing. So Tuesdays we have Rough Draft with Zach, the Hawk Tua driving draft through arena and all that good stuff. Then Wednesday we have Constant Misplays, where you get to see how
Not
bad
this
we are at
upcoming
keeping
Wednesday. Two Wednesdays from now.
2 Wednesdays from now. I'm sorry, but Wednesday is when that stream will be on, and you get to see how bad we are at keeping track of our triggers and how little we know about the rules of this fair game that we play. And then Thursdays each week, 8:30 Central Time, we will have this stream live for everybody. And we hope that you continue to come back. If you like what we're doing, tell your friends, tell your family. Subscribe to the YouTube, ring the notification bell, all that good stuff. Check out our Patreon. Join us in Patreon for free. That means just as much as if you pay, and if you can toss us a couple bucks a month, less than half a cup of coffee, that is so helpful to keep the servers running for the website, to keep us developing the website. We actually just reached a new tier where we upgraded our backend server to a more performance on the back end, so we can have more people on the site and do more cool stuff with features. So thank you all for joining. Thank you all for supporting us. If you're here and if you're new here, keep coming back, and we'll talk to you all very soon. Have a great rest of your Thursday night, and we'll see you soon.
See ya.
All right. See y'all later.
Bye.